How y'all doing out there? How's everybody? Y'all good?
Yeah, real good.
All right, y'all good. Is everybody good? We are live right now. We are going live without an intro today. And the reason why we are going live without an intro is because this computer sucks. So I don't want to run the risk of having this thing run twice and embarrassing myself. So I just decided right now we're not going to have an intro. We're just going to go straight in. Welcome to the 1-6 Scale Man proudly presents Say What Wednesday. You know what time it is. I got a bunch of cool cats on here and Carlos. And I'm so glad to have them here. You know what I mean? So good to have everybody here and Carlos. I'm going to continue to say that. It makes me feel better. So anyway, thank you guys for being here. I mean, it's going to be a great show tonight. If you saw the title, that will be explained in a bit. But I'm so glad to have you guys here. It's going to be an incredible show. And we're just going to get into it. And we're going to introduce everybody. Because like I said, I want to make sure that y'all know who these people are. We have an amazing panel here. How are you guys doing tonight? What's going on with y'all?
Horrible.
Amazing.
Horrible. You said
Carlos
horrible.
is horrible. He's always bad.
Yeah, because I'm streaming with Riley and Will.
You're sure you were Raleigh and Will. So why is
You
that
should
horrible?
be so honored, bro. You should
Because
be
nobody wants to stream with Will, especially Riley.
Is that
What? Wow.
Why is
KG
this-
did apparently?
Yeah.
I was
dude.
really,
Yeah,
I was
KG
really
only streams
excited.
with Riley though, so you know he kind of has
Wow.
to.
I was
Well,
really excited until I
He's
found out
supposed to be
about
at a
Carlos.
Laker game.
He was excited to talk about
That's
it.
right.
Everyone say that.
That's what it is, bro. I'm telling you, Carlos is the bane of everybody's existence for some reason until you meet him.
That's
I don't know
true.
what
I
it is.
make this
It's
shit
crazy.
fucking happen. That's what's that. That's what's going
Oh,
on.
Making it happen.
Okay. Okay.
That's
hot shot.
crazy.
Yeah, true.
That's insane. Cam, what's going on with you, Cam? Cam, you're in the middle of a move right now, right?
Bro, sucks.
Damn.
Fucking sucks. Yeah. So
It does.
it's just so many different things you didn't think about because we've been here about 6 years. So like I haven't had to think about all these little things. So next week
Yeah.
I took off like hella days because you just need extra time to do stuff. So super excited
What
about
does
the
hella
move.
days mean? 3 days, 4
Hella,
days.
hella days is like a handful, I guess.
A
You could say.
handful of days.
Know your
Yeah,
stuff,
so,
So
Carlos.
like 3
Come on,
days,
dude.
4 days.
Carlos is too old for that lingo.
It's like
It's too
I don't know
old.
what that
Yeah, it's
means.
like-
Way too.
Yeah.
Hellas more than two,
More than
Yeah,
two.
that's about right.
It's a,
but
it's
less
a
than
long
four.
time.
So I guess
It's a
about three.
long
Guess you call it
time.
three.
Yeah, mathematically more
oh,
than
nice.
two. Yeah.
It's a
So
very
here we
long
go.
time, Carlos.
There you go.
Anyway, Cam, I know the
Urban
move is
Dictionary
strenuous, but at least you kind of get a break right now, brother. You kind of cool right now, so at least you know you
I'm
break.
Kinda, I'm kind of cool. Just trying to get everything in order. But yeah, man, glad to be here, bro. Glad to stream with you and
Definitely, bro.
see all these guys except for Carlos. So it's gonna be great, man. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, you see all these guys and Carlos. That's what it's all about. Everybody
Except for Carlos.
Except for Carlos. That's how it is.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
It's like I like Carlos. He's cool. He's cool sometimes.
Sometimes.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
Don't
that.
don't
know,
lie.
we got to throw the sometimes in there. So he's pretty much
Yeah.
aware.
Gotta make you
Anyway,
feel good.
we got my guy. Finally, I get a chance to have him on the show, Uncommon Flex. He
Let's
called me
go.
out last week on Brother Cousin's show, and I was like, okay. You get what you asked for. That's like I said, the show said, to whom much is given, much is required. So you have the opportunity to be on the show tonight with a bunch of these motherfuckers. And now much is required of you. So definitely thank you for being here tonight, man. How you doing? How you feeling?
Thank you for having me. I feel absolutely fantastic. I've made it. I've made it to the legend, Leal. He's the one that got me into it. I mean, I'm with these
Appreciate
other
that, bro.
cool guys and Carlos.
And Carlos. That's it. That's all it is. And Carlos.
And Carlos.
I'm very happy to be here. And this is my first time with Will, with Riley, with Cam. So let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready.
You ready?
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
ready.
go, man. You first time, and I'm so glad to have you here, brother. I'm loving that Hawk so much that please don't put your address live anywhere, because if I find out where you live, that
Dude, that's
Hawk,
badass.
I'm telling you, that joint is incredible, bro. Love it.
Hey, we could talk, man. I can hook you up.
That's the Hawk I desire, bro, because I
$1,000.
love the Hawk, bro. Whew, love it. Next up, thank you for being here, my guy, Marco, bro. Next week, brother. We only got 1 week left, bro.
I cannot wait.
realize?
My body is ready. Oh man, all the early
1 week
reviews were
left,
so
bro.
positive
What are you
too.
talking about? What's happening?
Black
Yeah.
Panther.
Oh,
Right
okay.
around the corner.
Oh, Black Panther.
He's
We're
talking about his
right.
body's
Oh.
ready. Like, what?
Yeah.
That's what I figured. I figured
get
it was
it,
Black
sounded-
Panther.
The messaging was confusing. I understand that,
Yeah,
but yeah, I cannot
Hey,
wait.
Marco.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be
It's gonna
incredible.
be
And
exciting,
also,
bro.
Leal, thank you for having me. I just want to say
Definitely, bro.
I will not stand for this Carlos slander. I personally have never said a disparaging word about Carlos in my life.
You just want his
believe
money. You just want his money,
It's on
man.
record
Definitely
now.
don't
We're talking
believe
a
that.
bunch of shit in the before the show. What are you talking about?
I
Never,
definitely
not
don't
me. It
believe
was
that.
someone
As
else.
was everyone else.
I definitely don't believe that, but we'll roll with it. It's Carlos, so you don't have a choice. You guys say something about Carlos. Speaking of which, speaking of which, a place for collecting. Carlos, what's going on with you, man? Like literally had your face, your two peace sign fingers on the thumbnail, and you didn't know you were here. What the hell were you doing, bro? Like how do you not know that you were on the show when you're
Because your ass didn't
thumbnail?
say anything. You were just like, you're just gonna add me.
Did
and
you
shit, and I was
see?
like,
Did you see the thumbnail? You saw the
No, I
thumbnail first,
didn't.
right? You
No,
didn't
I
see the
didn't see that.
thumbnail?
No, I didn't see it. No, I didn't
Wow.
see it.
Shame
Carlos,
on
do
you.
you watch anything, bro?
No, so what it is that once people are live, I get a notification, and then I know, you know what I mean. Then I start watching it. No, I don't get.
So I
notifications or anything else.
just sent you the yeah.
Yeah, it was
So-
funny because I was on Instagram live with Will, and I was like, "Why the fuck is Lael sending me the stream card or the stream yard?" And then I was like,
and
"Oh, I guess
which
I'm on
Will
tonight." Okay.
replied. What did Will reply?
I don't know.
Me?
What'd you say, Will? Yeah. when I told
No,
you.
I don't know.
Was-
I just liked it. That's what I usually do. I just like it. I don't reply.
Cool.
That's my
Hey,
like.
not
That's my seal of
complaining.
approval.
I like being here. I was just, I didn't know, but hey, I'll be here every Wednesday if Leo wants me to. So except you, Marco. I don't like yours. You're.
Oh my God.
Jeez, direct.
I'm gonna go after Marco today for talking all that shit in the back.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I did earn it. So
There
Hey,
you
it's
go.
all right. Don't worry about it. Will Foxification, bro. So
What's up,
glad
bro?
to have you here. What's going on with you, brother, man?
Yeah, man. Well, happy to be here. Leia, like I was talking about before the stream, and or episode 9. Very good. Really like that a lot. The show is picking up, man. I really am starting to enjoy it because, like I told you, it's like so much stuff from Star Wars we haven't seen like in detail before. Like, I won't go spoil too much, but like torture stuff and like, yeah, it's like it's some
torture.
real like,
Whoa.
It's
Yeah,
some-
bro.
like,
It's
there's some
deep.
intense shit in these episodes.
is
Like people
really-
dying
yeah.
and stuff, and like it's showing the Empire's
Dying.
tyranny, which I think is
Yeah.
pretty
The
interesting.
Empire.
worst side of the empire that you basically wanted to see.
Yeah,
for
it's
the
like all that
longest time.
behind the scenes shit that you probably just assumed or
Behind
that
the
was implied,
scenes.
but now you're seeing it. So it's
Yeah.
it's pretty interesting. So it's pretty cool, man. Yeah, but happy to be here, Leao, and I see you're in that crisp 1080p tonight. So
Yeah, man. Finally,
Oh, we
See,
have
it-
that?
yeah, it's
Except Riley.
Riley's at 480.
Wow.
Just
Yeah.
go call Riley out like that. See, Riley, that's what I'm saying.
dude, Riley's got a good camera. He's good.
Yeah, let me
looks
call you out.
good.
But yeah, man. So happy to be here, Leao, and like I said, happy to join
separate.
Ty for the first time. So this will be fun, and yeah,
Definitely
man, we're
good.
gonna talk about some cool hot toy stuff. It sounds like.
Yeah, definitely gonna talk
Yeah.
about some
Cool,
hot
man.
toys, man. So glad to have you here, brother. It's gonna be a great show. Everybody out there watching, so glad to have all you guys here with us tonight. Again, it's gonna be a great show. Let me address the chat briefly to see who we got in here. Got quite a few people that actually stumble in here. And let me just get down to the bottom. Now, if I don't get to you, it's because it's not my fault. It's the computer's fault. I'm just putting that out there just to let you know. We got Tully we got Tully in the building. I always got to say that Tully is in the building because you got to say that now. It's not Tully. We've been saying Tully for how long now?
Yeah, I've been saying Tully since I've known him.
Yeah, we've been
so-
saying Tully. Yeah, so it's Tully in the building.
yeah,
We
I've
got
been messing Joe up for a while.
That man's collecting nightmares in the building. Thank you for being here. Marvel Less is here. Beskar Kid, aka Leg Day All Day, is here. We got Philip the Fool. Who else we got? And why did that just pop up? Because I didn't actually tap on anything. I just give it a little tap.
It's a computer.
I don't know, man. Yeah, right. This tap. So thank you. Who else we got in here, man? We got Renz Talentino, Philip the Fool. We got Bloodsport. Let me see who else we got in here. Pure Stewage is in the building. Eric Gant is here. We got Blitz 0065. Windman 42 is in the building. Thank you for being here. Who else we have? Riley is out there. G Times 23 is in the building. Common Flex is out there flexing on everybody. We got Killer Cam out there too. We got William Owens. We got Eric Gant. Uncommon. Everybody's here, man. Everybody is in the building. Good for your health is in the building. We got Yomo here. Let's see who else is out there communicating with the peoples. Will is out there. MB Dyson is here. Calvin Williams, Cal, man, I can't wait to get back out there to California to hang out with you, brother. Because I like them Halloween.
he's
You
the
and your
man.
wife be having mad fun, bro. Like
Yeah,
mad,
it did
mad
look
fun.
fun. I was like,
Awesome.
that.
Yeah, bro. Like they just be having like mad fun together, man. So glad to see y'all. And let me see here. Oh, come on, computer. Just stop playing around and just function with me. Come on, just work with me. Come on now. Let me see what else we got. We got Animatium Wolverpool is in the building. Blurred Dad is out there with us. We got
Blurred Dad.
Jazzy in the building. Let's see here. Spice Runner's out there. So we got Sean in the building. Funky Cold Santa is out there. Josh Baker. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have the booty bots in here later on. We got Sky Esteban. Yeah, so it's gonna be quite a few. If I haven't mentioned, will definitely get to you before. Let me see here. Hi, comment. Why is that not going away? Is it still up there? You still see Tyria?
It's gone.
I still see
No,
it.
it's gone.
Oh, you
It's
still
gone.
see?
It's
I
gone.
don't know.
It's gone.
You're
I
good
don't
now.
know. It's stuck. It's for some reason it's showing it's stuck on my screen. I don't know. Hopefully it goes away. Anyway, what's going on, guys? I mean, now before we jump into like the main topic, let me
Yeah.
ask y'all a question. What the hell, man, is going on with all of these dumb ass wait lists? What's going on with this wait list problem, bro?
Bro,
Anything is just like
Electro's gone.
You mean Electra?
Electro is
gone,
definitely
bro.
gone,
Back
bro.
in January, what I said.
Oh, here we go.
God
Here we
damn
go.
it.
Let's
Don't
hold
get
on,
him started,
Carlos.
Leo.
Yeah.
Back in January, I said this was all gonna happen.
I said the economy would drop down.
Yeah, I
to
said
about
there was a
20%.
recession. We hear it like every
We
week.
get it, Carlos. You're right. We get it.
And he probably didn't even say that.
I keep forgetting that, when we got
I don't
Carlos.
remember him saying that.
No,
You're gonna get a full dissertation when Carlos is on here. Well,
Yeah,
back in
right.
January, I said that this was
Yep.
gonna actually happen, and y'all don't listen to me because
That's exactly what he says.
Carlos.
funny.
He
No
tells
one
me that all
cares,
the time. He's like,
Carlos.
"Will, you don't listen."
No, you don't listen.
Which is true.
He's like, Carlos, you're wrong. And then he does exactly what I told him. He's like, all right, you were right this one time.
Which is true.
Right, of course.
I'm with my last relationship, actually. So
Wow.
Wow.
Carlos gives some good advice, man. Sometimes.
Not really.
Yeah,
He gives good advice, bro.
Some
What
have
not?
dude, my advice
What
is pretty much on point.
Your
Yeah, it
advice.
depends on what it is. Depends on what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but the biggest question is like, all right, is this just with them? Because, like I said, notice right now, I'm only seeing this with Sideshow. Is it just the thing with them right now, or do you? Okay, Captain Carlos, we'll start with you first, brother.
me?
We'll start with you first,
Yeah.
Captain Know It All. So, do you
Captain
basically
Carlos.
think- Captain Carlos. So, do you basically think that this is something that's going to spill out to like other companies, or is this just going to be particularly a Sideshow thing for right now? Because other companies still have this figure available, and there's also companies that pretty much they're getting their figures from Sideshow. You know what I mean? That still have it available. So, do you think this is something that's going to kind of spill out over time? Or I mean, that's because that's why the reason why I'm asking is because for right now, we're just seeing this with Sideshow, bro. So what do you think?
Yeah. So it's gonna be based on my expertise, it's gonna start with Sideshow. Sideshow, they determine the market. Because if it's sold out on Sideshow, then everybody starts panicking. So it's a domino effect, right? This starts getting on wait list, people don't start seeing it, and it will slowly carry out to the others. What I remember from Josh from Comic Concepts, what he said is that Sideshow has two different batches, one for the retailers and then one directly from Hong Kong for their stock. So that may be different, but I believe it will be a domino effect over time. It wouldn't surprise me if in the next maybe March of next year, we'll probably start seeing the more popular characters start going on wait list, like Vaders and Iron Mans and all this different stuff. I think it's going to be like the low ones now, and then it's going to quickly spill out to the other ones as well. So yeah, domino effect to the other ones. That's what I think.
You think so? So you don't think it's just something that Sideshow is pretty much exercising the right now because of the simple fact that it's us, and the simple fact that a lot of us are not pre-ordering figures. Like we've stopped doing it for some time. You don't think that could be,
Well, yeah,
you know,
that's because of it, right? Because they're saying like, see, the problem is that we can say, well, we don't need to pre-order from Sideshow, but then they're going to be, well, if no one's pre-ordering and everything's sitting in stock, and the only way we're getting things to move, it's 13% on Spectacular, or 15%, or 25% with free shipping on a 2-pack boba. That doesn't even move. So why are we going to sit on things right now? Because everyone knows 25% on that boba isn't enough. 30, maybe 35% will move the needle. You know, Riley, as always, he's wrong. He was like, yeah, 25% on the 2-pack boba. That's kind of waitlisted. I was like, dude, you're about to learn a lesson because you clearly don't know anything.
Oh my
And
god,
nothing happened
under the bus,
right? So that's exactly what I think is going to happen, is because they're like, no one's pre-ordering. We don't want to hold on to stock, especially during this market. You know, so yeah, I think we don't pre-order. There's going to get a ton. Eventually, other retailers will start going smaller. Comic Concepts have already said that they're ordering the bare minimum, right? They're not doing anything more than that. And other retailers are starting to do the same, like Steven's Collectibles, from what I've heard. Alter Ego starting to do smaller batches. So it will carry out, you know, slowly. Now
are these companies that are getting their figures through Sideshow?
Yeah. So you know, Alter Ego, Steven's Collectibles, Comic Concepts, they all get it from them. And they've said they're doing the smallest batches because no one's pre-ordering. Some of them have like 20% down on their pre-order, so they're definitely not going to get a ton of those. So I think it's just because we're not pre-ordering, they're going to start doing this, and slowly it will carry out to the other retailers and to the other more popular figures. I've said that I would imagine sometime next year in the beginning, we're probably going to start seeing time pre-orders for those more unpopular characters like a Peacemaker, you know, whatever Riley likes, and then, you know, everything else.
What?
That's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah,
That's true.
Well, so Will, let me ask you a question, bro. Is this, with something like this happening, do you feel like this could possibly force your hand? You know, considering the simple fact that now we know there's other companies out there that we could purchase these figures from. You know, we can get them from, like, I mean, for me, like, I've tried my best to kind of stay away from the Hong Kong market for now, because it's, I mean, the overpriced shipping fees, I'm just, I you know, no. But do you think that it now, because it is affecting, like Carlos is saying, I hate referencing Carlos when it's some shit that's right. But like he's saying, though, like, it is true, because they are the ones who are distributing these figures to these, you know, mom and pop shops who have an agreement with them. So do you think this is now, because it will possibly be a ripple effect, that this is going to force your hand and now force you to kind of go ahead and say, well, maybe I need to start pre-ordering pieces that I want?
I think definitely, yeah. I think this is going to happen, but I think it depends on the figure. I think it really, truly depends on the figure. Because, like, for Electro, it's one layout that I always felt like I kind of wanted, but I didn't know if I felt like I needed it. You know, like it's not. That's why I still have kind of held a little bit on this one, even though it's waitlisted. But while you guys were talking, like, I just went and just looked up where it's still at. I know this morning when Riley had posted in our chat that Electro was waitlisted on Sideshow, I went on Alter Ego just to check, right? So they had 10 Electros, now they have 6. So people are definitely starting to notice that, and they're starting to go other places and look. Like Comic Concepts has no Electros. What do you say, Carlos?
So a domino effect is happening?
No,
like
I don't want to
said,
give you any credit. So definitely not.
See, you did say it, bro.
No, but I actually realistically I do think it is. Yeah, I do think it is. I think because I'm looking at Comic Concepts, they don't have any Electros. I don't buy from Collector Zone, but they have 7 Electros, so there are other places to get them. But give it another couple weeks, and you probably won't find any. So I mean, it's, you know, and I'm not trying to create a FOMO here, and just trying to look at the situation like realistically. I think that this is going to be the future going forward for now, until Sideshow feels more comfortable to start opening up bigger batches again. They could very well do like what Carlos said. Like, they could very well do like, they take the wait list, they look at that, they look at demand and create another batch or fulfill another batch based on that wait list demand, based on maybe their follow through percentages, right? So that could be something that they do. That could be something that they do. But like, I know Pop Culture Zone, I bought from them before. They have Electro still. So, but those places will, and I'm sure Pop Culture, you'll get it really late, but they'll have it. And like you mentioned, Leo, Hong Kong resellers will have it. So there will be other places to buy, but for the people that feel really comfortable with Sideshow and what Sideshow offers in terms of customer service and first batch now, This is like, I think for me, it just depends on the figure. For Electro, it's not quite a figure that I feel like I personally need enough that I'll go rush out and panic. But like I've always said, the example, if Cad Bane starts hitting blue screen or waitlist, I'm going to panic, right? I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to pre-order it right away. So
And that
like
looks
DX
like it
Vader,
might be next,
right?
bro.
Yeah, but Cad Bane, because I'm sure Electro is like, I feel like he's middle popular. Like he's like Green Goblin popular. You know what I mean? So I think he's like middle tier range. He's not Cad Bane or DX Vader, which are like top tier, I feel like. So like those are, in terms of what I've noticed at least, but maybe I'm wrong. But I do think this is the future, Lael, for now, because I mean, we're in a recession. The economy's not doing great. People aren't buying. People aren't pre-ordering. Like Sideshow's discounting everything to clear space in their warehouse. So Carlos was right about that. They've been showing that repeatedly, and they're going to keep showing it through gifts giving, Black Friday, Christmas, whatever, right? They're going to keep doing that. So this is, I think we're kind of in a stage that anything that's been put up for pre-order as of recent, like we've been saying the last 3 to 6 months, I think if you feel like you want it, you should probably pre-order it. And I mean, because we just don't know. Like this could mean nothing, and Sideshow could be bluffing, and they could just fulfill all these wait lists, or it could not, and then you could just not get the figure, right? And you could just pay Hong Kong retail. Because if Toys Wonderland, they have low prices, but they're not going to have low prices when it's sold out in the States.
True.
So like they're not gonna list Electro for retail when they know he's sold out on Sideshow. So like they're not gonna keep doing that. So that's not gonna be that way forever.
No, it's not.
So that's what I'm saying. Like I do feel like Sideshow is forcing our hand. They're saying, okay, well, y'all bitches have been promoting this NOPO, and now we're gonna call your bluff, and we're gonna say, all right, let's see how strong you are now. And they don't want to sit on dead stock. So yeah, I think this is real. I think they're showing it to us. I don't think this is a bluff. I think they've shown us their hand here. When I said originally I thought it was just unpopular figures, but now that we got Goblin and Electro out there, I was like, okay, it's not just unpopular figures.
Right.
Doc Ock will be next. Like, you know,
it's going to
So
happen,
what you should
bro.
do, Layout, is you have a good working relationship with Ray from Underground, right?
Already reached out to him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like no, I mean as far as like asking him like,
Oh yeah,
hey,
yeah.
like do you order the minimum, you know, only like you know what I mean, just to kind of know what other retailers are doing, you know?
And that's what I think I'm gonna ask him, because one of the biggest things was because I just got my notification from him about Captain Carter, and that was quick considering the simple fact that it was just released last week, so or the week before last might have been, or I think it was last week as a matter of fact, because we talked about it, and he, you know, I just got notification from him about it, so. You know, again, when I saw this, I was like, well, damn, like I didn't pre-order it and it's waitlisted. So I reached out to Ray. I sent him a message like, hey, you know, if you got it, whatever. So I'm just waiting a response back from him. But what I see, it's a bit, never mind. I ain't gonna talk because I don't want people to know because this I forgot. Anyway, I'll talk to Ray and I'll basically find out what's going on and let you know, man. Because definitely I wanted it because it is something that is a ripple effect that's going to pretty much affect everybody. It's and we're seeing this now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he sold out on BBTS too, Lael. Sorry to cut you off, but
he
sold out
did.
there.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Electro, yeah.
Yeah,
Dang,
see, it is a domino effect. So that's what I'm just basically waiting. And I keep checking my email because I sent Ray a message. I haven't gotten a message back from him, but I pretty much I know I will. Yeah,
I will say this for everyone else: if the character you're trying to get, like an Electro, you know, and it is my opinion, you can do whatever you want. If this character is not going to be back in another film, then maybe those are the ones you do want that character, then those are maybe the ones you pre-order. But if you know Electro was going to be back, just because, you know, they're always back for the most part.
Yeah.
Then those are the ones maybe you don't want to have to pre-order. You know what I mean? Maybe you don't really move forward. Like a Captain, well, not now, not anymore, but you know, back in the day, Iron Man's, Captain America's, or a Thor. Like, there's going to be other Thor figures. There's, you know, you don't have to rush into that one. But if you know that character is done, then maybe you do want to be a little bit more aggressive. Maybe.
Yeah.
You know? So
yeah, because speaking of that, collector's edition Thor is low stock.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But do you really need that Thor? Like, there's going to be other Thors. Like, you know what I mean? That's one of those where it's like, but this one I could understand because there's no more Electros after this, or there shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I do get
it's
that.
not. So, and that's the thing, bro. Like, again, I'm gonna go to Cam real quick, Cam, because Again, we talked about this figure for a minute. Did you end up
Right, yeah.
pre-ordering or did you not pre-order him?
No, I didn't. I didn't get to it in time. Fucked
Yeah.
up.
Mhm.
So all of these figures that y'all been talking about, they're all one-offs, like Carlos said. So it's like classic Loki.
Mhm.
He's
Can you
sold out, I
can
believe.
you not say that again? Can
Sorry.
you not say that? Can we on the panel not say like Carlos said at all? Please don't give him
Well, he
credit
referenced it. He
tonight.
didn't make it up, but it's like one of
Yeah, okay.
they
okay,
are
okay.
yeah, they're all I mean, they're all one-offs. I mean, to be honest with you, like Gilgamesh, classic Loki, the Green Goblin, you're never gonna see that again, of course. And then there's Electro. So I know Will said that a lot of these figures are kind of unpopular, but I guess to people they're popular somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Because they notice that they're never going to get an opportunity to get these figures again unless you're going for third party at the end of the day.
Mhm.
So we've definitely been preaching don't pre-order for at least as long as I've been streaming. So I don't know if I wouldn't say it's coming back to bite us at this point, but I mean it definitely is Sideshow kind of showing their hand at this point. You know, trying to counter effect what we've been preaching this whole entire time, because just like Thanos was sitting there for what, like 2 years or maybe more than that, honestly, and it finally is what sold out now.
Yeah.
And they don't want to have to look at it and say like, all right, I have tons of stock, we need to start lowering prices. Or either just like that T'Chaka they had, I think they had like 2 on hand, so they're sitting here and they say it's sold out. And then maybe like 6 months later, they bring it out and say, "Oh, look, we got 2." I mean, of course, people are going to want to jump at the opportunity, and it's going to become even more popular. They'll probably pay more for it if you think about it, because you know it's that one that you missed out on. So, like Will said, though, they definitely are going ahead and going to mark them as sold out or join the wait list, and that way that can give them a better gauge of how much stock they actually need to order. Opposed to just ordering hundreds and be just sitting on stock at the end of the year. So
definitely.
It's a good solution. They figured it out. So
they're figuring out. So here's the question. I'm gonna put this up, and Marco, I want you to kind of chime in on this one, because this was basically a good question by Feezy Figs. He said, "You guys like some of you as YouTubers." He said, "Do you feel like some of you guys as YouTubers are play a part in this adjustment by suggesting no pre-orders, or do you think it would have happened anyway?" So what do you think, Marco?
Yeah, I think this is a really great question. I think it would have happened anyways, honestly. I think what we're seeing right now is kind of like the tightening by distributors and retailers, not just for Hot Toys. I think like across many sectors, the luxury goods especially, right? Because times were so good, right? There was, so many new collectors into the field, a lot of money being poured into this hobby. And then now, a lot of folks have undoubtedly dropped out. We're kind of headed towards an uncertain economic future. So the demand is shrinking, and there's just also so many figures out there in the market. So I think obviously you're seeing all the sales, as others have mentioned, on Sideshow's website right now. So I think at a certain point they would have had to shrink their batches. They can't continue to sit on this stock. I don't want to agree with Carlos, but he has been saying for a while. Been referring to him as Prophet Carlos. No, I'm joking. So it was going to happen one way or another. And this is undoubtedly going to lead to less figures in circulation. There's no doubt about it, right? But I'm still not panicking just yet, because I do think this is just another tool for them to gauge their, the demand, right? Obviously, I think a lot of these wait lists are going to convert. I'm going to assume when figures drop, there will be additional figures available on their website, on Sideshow's website specifically, as well as other places. But they just may not last as long. You may not see figures lasting for years. Maybe they will last for a few weeks or a few months. And that's probably the sweet spot. And that's probably where we all want to be kind of as a community, where you could still get the figure, hopefully, but it doesn't just sit on the site for forever. And, you got it 6 months ago and now it's 30% off. I don't think anyone feels good about that, except if you're swooping it for 30% off, like I know a lot of us are hoping to do with a lot of the new releases here in the upcoming future. So again, I'm not panicking, but I think as Will and Carlos and maybe even Cam have said, you have to have a conversation with yourself. If this is a figure or a character you think you really can't miss out on, go ahead and pre-order. What I do though is I try to trim it down to just a very few, and then I try to find a retailer that, or just a retailer that doesn't have any sales tax and has really low shipping or no shipping costs. So I'm already kind of baking in a discount for myself. And then when it releases, even if it goes on discount, okay, it's not the end of the world because I still feel like I got a decent deal. So I think things are changing, but this would have changed regardless of the rhetoric that we were all putting out there to not pre-order because just the world has changed. Yeah.
Yeah, we would have basically seen it happen anyway. I mean, I think it's influential, and there was no right or wrong because we weren't wrong. Like Will has always said, there was no incentive to pre-order, at that point. You know what I mean? Like, why would you pre-order, especially the waiting or just the duration of how long you would actually have to wait so long to get that figure. You know what I mean? It became an issue. Now we're seeing change of the tide. Like they're starting to get stuff quicker, a lot quicker than, again, that Captain Carter, I thought would have probably been, before I got it. Now we're just starting to see that now. We thought it was a one-off. It's no longer that way anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like now things are available. We're getting them a lot quicker than we would, before. Now, what do you think? Like, so Marco, stay on you really, really quick, because this is one last question and I'm gonna move on to Uncommon. Do you think that, now with, especially, is this something that Gigi would worry about now, considering the simple fact that you got to pre-order
The
like,
NRDs, the NRDs are
the
going to pile up.
NRDs, bro, they're gonna start piling up. What do you think? You
No
think
doubt
she's going?
about it. Yeah, no doubt about it. But, back to, a lot of folks on this panel preach the spreadsheets. I know Will is a big champion of the spreadsheets. So I think you really got to keep track and make sure, again, that you're limiting those NRDs because you don't want to get yourself into a situation that's unmanageable. You just mentioned that Captain Carter. You would have assumed you've got months until it comes. All of a sudden, that payment, that bill is coming due right now, right before the holidays. You definitely don't want them to pile up like Tetris. That would just be a really bad situation for all of you, right? Or for all of us. So, I think you can't pile up the NRDs, but if you really, really must, then be really selective with the ones that you choose. For me, like the T'Challa, the reissue or the 2.0 of the Civil War suit or the suit that's from the beginning, that's one that I was like, okay, it's reasonably priced. I'm going to just go put a pre-order because I cannot miss out on that one.
Yeah, I feel you, man. Like, I mean, and it again, something that happens, we just got to be ready for it. I mean, at this particular point, Uncommon, man, what do you think, bro? Is this something that do you think is going to affect you in the long term, or is this like you're not really bothered about it?
I think it will affect me. I mean, I'm kind of new to like really keeping my ear to the ground with this community and everything. I have learned a lot. I do agree with most of the guys on the panel, and it really hurts, but I do agree with Carlos. I gotta say it, as much as it hurts my heart. It does.
Damn it, Ty.
But I think that, the way everything was going, everyone's saying, hey, don't pre-order this. You don't have to pre-order. It's going to be around. Yeah. I think they had to come up with some kind of game plan to combat it because, you have everyone in the community saying, don't do it. So they're like, well, we're sitting on this stuff. We need to make some changes. Yeah. And a positive change is that they're getting stuff to us quicker. So things are releasing a lot quicker than they used to. So that's the positive part of it. Yeah. The kind of negative is like, you see stuff like Electro now. I mean, he was one that I was looking at possibly getting just because he was a figure of color. Yeah. And I wanted to support that. And so I can still do that. That's why I'm
definitely doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, I can still do that. It's just probably not going to be with Sideshow now. I mean, I prefer to do that with some Sideshow rewards, things like that, but it's really going to make me going forward think really long and hard about what figures I want. Because now I'm seeing this and I'm like, well, he's on waitlist. I guess I may not get him, but if it's someone like Will was saying, someone I really want, like a Vader or Cad Bane, I'm probably going to jump on it. I got to think about this differently now. Before I was thinking I don't have to pre-order and, it's still going to be around. Now they've changed the game. So now I gotta play the game with them. So, that's my opinion on it.
That's the thing. You got to play that game. And I think it, again, like what we've been saying, like if it's a figure that you want, if it's important, then get it. Riley, bro, close us out on this conversation right here, man. Like, do you think, is it going to force your hand? I mean, considering now, like, there might be like certain figures that you have been eyeing, but you're like, no, I'm just not going to pre-order it now. I have a vision of what I want, especially with all these Spider-Man figures, bro. Like, straight up, like, you already know, like,
Riley. Tell him
what
happened.
happened,
No,
bro.
I don't want to talk about
Tell him, Riley.
I had a bad
happened,
night
bro?
last night. No,
What happened,
dude.
bro?
So I saw this and I saw it say low stock. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh shit, I can't miss out on this. I started
What'd you
freaking
do?
out. But I was like, you know what? I don't know, man. I was like, you know what? I'm out doing. I actually saw
Right.
Black Adam, Will's favorite movie. So that was pretty cool. I saw it again for the second time last
10 out of
night.
10.
Very
But
great.
tell him what you did. Tell him what you did.
So I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna wait. I sent it to the group first. I was like, I don't know, dude,
What
should
did
I
I
do
say?
it? No, actually, I don't want to bring up that part, Carlos, because
I was asleep, so I had
then
no
I had
part
to
of
say
this.
you're right, but I'll just say it anyways. So I sent it to Carlos and them. I was like, dude, I don't know what I should do because I ordered the deluxe Green Goblin when it was low stock. It's still low
Yeah.
stock. It's not waitlisted. I did it like the first 5 minutes I ordered it because I was just like, I can't miss out. I'm gonna do it. But for this one, I was like, I don't know, dude. Should I do it? Maybe not. And Carlos was like, do it, dude. Just order it. Order it. He was probably joking half the time, so I'm not going to give him as much credit because he didn't even order the Goblin when he wanted
Yeah.
to, but he didn't. And
I have the
so I was
Goblin.
like, no, you don't. You don't even
Yeah,
have a
I can
Sideshow
play the-
account. You're banned.
Riley,
No.
Riley, I am never banned. I just go by different names. That's
Oh,
exactly
my bad, Moody. But as I was saying, so yeah, I was like, should I
Moody
order this? And
discard,
Carlos
you
was
mean?
like, yeah, exactly. He was like, do it, dude. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just think about it. I'll wait and because I was like eating dinner. I was with my friends or whatever. I'm just gonna wait. We'll see what happens. And I was like, Green Goblin, like in my opinion, I feel like that would feel more into line of like people feeling the FOMO, but it didn't hit waitlist. So I was like, okay. So I probably have like 5 days till this hits waitlist, right? And I was just at dinner, and then I open my phone, and you know how it always goes. You go on Facebook, and everyone in the galaxy says it's gone, it's waitlisted. Oh my god, what the hell happened? And then I was just like, damn. Like I was just like, because I want to try and get all of the. I mean, you already know I'm getting all the No Way Home line. That's what I want to do, and I would want to go with Sideshow just because kind of like what Will was saying. These are figures where like I really do want to get it day one. Like even if like okay, maybe I lose like $30-$40, maybe they'd get discounted. At that point, like these are the figures that like I really love that much.
They're important to you.
Not,
Yeah.
it's not that big of a deal with like the price if it was super low. So I was like, I got to make sure I get these on Sideshow, but I just didn't follow my gut. I didn't listen to Carlos. I was wrong, and Carlos was right. That's all I'll say.
man.
Damn it
I
again.
can tell you right
I
now
missed out.
that I think
And I was-
figures.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say I think
Go ahead.
figures are gonna start going to waitlist a lot faster because as we're starting to see in the beginning where we're like, oh no, it's not true, it's just a joke, they're just bluffing.
Right.
But for certain figures that don't have multiple SKUs or that are a little bit more popular, and now the people keep seeing it like, oh shit, this is real, they're gonna start jumping on this a lot quicker. So you're probably not gonna have a ton of time if they don't have multiple SKUs, if they are a popular character, and anyways, yeah.
Right, but I'm not so worried because at first I was like, damn, like it sucks because I did want to get it from Sideshow, but I feel like, in my opinion, I think that this one's it's gonna like have another batch on the wait list, like 100%, in my opinion.
Yeah,
because I just feel like everyone who sees this wait list, like the people who didn't order, they're just gonna click the button. Like there's gonna be so many demand from the wait list section that Sideshow is gonna be like, okay, there's like 1,000. Let's just make sure to call up Hot Toys. We'll make sure to get another run. And so I'm not worried. I think it'll convert, but it was funny. It was a funny story, but I was just mainly looking at the Green Goblin because I was like, that hasn't. But I think the thing that happened with Goblin, which was bad, was that second edition came with the tether book. I think that's what messed up people being like, you know what, it is low stock, but I'm still not going to do it because I don't know what I'm going to do. So that's why it's still on low stock. But this one SKU, and I didn't order it, man. But it is what it is. But now, if it is a figure like that, like I said, if I don't care if it drops down, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to order it because like Will was saying, Sideshows now, like they're getting first batches and it's crazy. So these
do
are
you have the Doc Ock?
Do
you have the Doc Ock already?
No, I don't.
You should probably order that.
Probably. Man, we got
look
my
who it
brother
is.
in the building. Look who it is.
Daddy
My
Cousins.
brother. Brother Cousins in the building. Now, brother Cousins, you've been listening to this conversation, right? And we've been talking about it. And before I get your views on, you know, this figure and whether or not it was something that, you know, you thought you'd get your hands on. First, I want to ask, do you think this figure could possibly be next?
With the spinning wheel. The spinning wheel is going to show up.
It's going.
Go on.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's definitely gonna drop.
That's a grail.
Well,
Do you,
that's
do you
very
think,
limited.
do you think this
layout,
figure
so
is going
yeah.
to be next? Do you think this
Smaller,
one might
yes.
hit waitlist like quicker,
Absolutely.
or do you think, you know, it's still going to be available? What you think?
Straight to the bargain
I
bin.
thought this already hit waitlist. Fucker.
What you say?
I thought this already hit waitlist. What
It
happened?
already got waitlisted? Yeah, I think it probably did. This thing probably
like
did
only
hit
10
waitlist
made or
already,
something.
I'm
bro.
waiting for my
Because
order to convert for this one, man.
I know. We've all been on the wait list for this one for a while.
yeah, everybody's basically been on the wait list for this one.
What
I
you
mean,
say
that
the
has called
accessories were? Pots and pans.
Yeah.
pots and pants in a bidet, bro. Like that's
It comes with
Yeah.
a really expensive toaster too. It comes with a
Yeah.
toaster.
Yeah,
as well.
it comes with a really nice
special
toaster.
edition.
yo, this is straight up. But nah, Escopes is 6.2.
Damn. He just called me fugly.
Could be better.
Yeah, he did, bro. How's it feel, Carlos?
Yeah.
Tobar
feel
said
very
to be
good.
at
We all said
Sideshow in
that
2069. So, but no, brother, yo, what do you think, man? Do you think that, I mean, right now, now first off, did you get a chance to pre-order that Electro, or was it something that was on your radar, but you were like, you know what, nah, I'm just gonna wait? Or did you already have it on pre-order?
You know what? I totally forgot that I actually had it on. I got so much stuff on pre-order. I got pages like all of us probably do. I got pages and pages. And shit. So it was like I forgot it when people were saying it earlier today. I was like, damn, I gotta get that one on waitlist. And I looked, I was like, wait a minute, I already pre-ordered it. So yeah, I'm going in deep on.
You don't even know what you have on pre-order. Damn.
That's the spreadsheets, bro.
That's pimping shit. Anyway, so yeah, man, my thing with this is this figure, I'm going in hard on the whole Spider-Man, on the whole No Way
Yeah.
from Home line. Definitely wanted to get this one. And as Ty was saying, with this being a figure from, figure of color, definitely had to go in and get it. I'm sorry. That's just what it is. You don't get that many of them. So when you do get one, you got to grab that sumbitch.
You got to grab it. You got to go out
That's
there.
just what it is. And it's Jamie Foxx. That's a legend right there. You got to represent. That's Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, definitely.
And this is a better representation of Electro than what we got in an Amazing Spider-Man, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah.
I thought he killed it in this. But yeah, so what we're seeing here with this waitlist shit, yeah, it is basically anything that's a smaller batch or a potential smaller batch, they're going to get rid of. They're trying to move out that stock, and that's just what it is. This is the new world. They whooping this in for pre-order. Now, is it BS? I'm still thinking that it could be.
Yeah, bro.
Nothing has completely said sold out. Now we see something that's pre-order and it has a big sold out sign, like we're done, our allotment is done, past, future, present is done. Then that's a cause for worry. Right now, it's like, okay, wait list, get on the wait list. And I'm sure if you get on that wait list, it will be converted. Now that's for stuff like this. Now stuff like that Vader that you see with like the two lightsabers, or the RoboCop with the special edition pieces of armor. That stuff, that's gone. That's gone. That's your incentive right there to really get on that. To really pre-order and get it. But stuff like this, this is just trying to figure out what stock they have, because that's always been the problem. How much stock they have. They have to pay taxes on that shit when they keep it in there. So they need to know what's coming in, what's going out. And
true.
With a wait list, they already know, like, okay, if we got this many people on wait list, we can just go get a couple more of them. Whoever's on the wait list, we'll get those numbers, and we'll get another shipment from Hot Toys like that. This is a way for them to make sure that they don't have what happened with the Infinity War line. Have that shit stacked up in their warehouse for years. They don't want that.
And just sitting there for a minute. Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. We got a super chat by Tully. No, not Tully. We got DJ in the building. My man coming through with the $1.99 super chat. He said the team suit was his worst experience. The stealth suit in-game cap was the worst experience. So yeah, it was that. again, I didn't want to talk about that but I did because I don't want to talk about it, but I do because it was a funny situation because everybody and their mama was trying to actually get their hands on that piece. I wasn't really interested in it because I think I got the ultimate stealth suit with the comic concept. So that's the one I love. So I really didn't care about this particular one. But man, everybody was saying the website was slow. They couldn't get it. Like they were just, every time they go in, they would try to put it in the inbox. And once they get it in, like when they click on it, it would say that it's going to the inbox, but then it would say somebody else has it. You got to click again. Like it was one of the dumbest things that I've. Yeah,
I feel like it was like that because of the actual like kind of how Sideshow was marketing it with the limitability. Like it wasn't so much the figure. I feel like a lot of people just was like, oh, there's only 300. Like I need to get this. It's gonna become like twice the price. It's gonna be
would have easily been a 30% off figure, Riley.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like when that got announced, even people were like, okay, it's cool, but like I didn't think like the whole community was like, I need to get this, like for sure. But yeah, it was just funny.
I guess it tells you that people really do care about exclusivity as much as they say they don't.
No,
yeah.
Well, that Captain America, yeah.
So I mean, so did anybody on this panel get it? Like, did anybody on here actually secure it?
I have it.
I never. I kind of.
You had the gauntlet.
Oh, you got the gauntlet. Yeah.
No, I had the figure ones, and then I was like, I just want it for the gauntlet. So I sold it for $300 actually, without the gauntlet.
What?
So
yeah.
The gauntlet is pretty cool.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, you want to see the fucking gauntlet? Hold on, I'll be back.
No, I'm just kidding.
Let me be
get
back.
it.
I'll show.
Yeah,
So
this figure was
this was
Will, let me ask you this question because I was trying to get this for Cam, but I couldn't. Sorry, Cam. I couldn't.
That's okay.
tried, bro.
Look,
You tried.
I couldn't get it for myself, so
That's open too right there.
I had the little thing. I was like, I got a ticket. Let's go.
You had the gloves on?
Like,
Gloves on, Cam. Make sure you got
I woke up. I was like, damn. I was like, what the hell?
Wasn't
Dude, like,
enough.
sorry, but we're gonna give you 30%. I'm like,
Yeah.
Figures you don't want.
So, Will, so I'm gonna ask the biggest question here.
What's up, man?
Was this figure worth $320, bro?
No. No, it was not. But that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? That's other people are going to disagree who love Cap because didn't they already make this figure? It's just a 2.0.
It's just a 2.0.
Yeah. So
they got the height right and everything. Yeah,
because they made it from what was it, Winter Soldier, right? They made they just made an Avengers Endgame version with the new head sculpt and then with the gauntlet and shit. So but $320, man. I think they knew. They were like, yeah, we can charge a little bit more for this one because it's a different time too. I mean, what was Endgame Cap like 270? And that came with like multiple shields. It came with Mjolnir. It came with a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So that gauntlet's pretty cool, Carlos. I like that. So this is really interesting, Leon. I actually thought about doing a video on this because I just found like this whole situation fascinating because Sideshow, I don't know if it was their fault necessarily that they were only selling 300. Maybe that was Hot Toys. Maybe it was Sideshow limiting it to 300 and just testing the market. But it created a shit show. So it's like it created a situation. And I was talking to Carlos and some others about this. Like, so the way I kind of view it is, and I know some of you guys like collect sneakers and other things, like, or even it's as simple as if you tried to buy a PS5 before, you know how this is.
God, hell yeah, bro.
And this is like, I think, Lael, this is not something that I think Hot Toys collectors are used to. So, and I think this very frustrating, limited, difficult, like just like not fun experience, right? Of trying to get something so exclusive that everyone wants it and then it crashes the website and then everyone's frustrated and then you're not getting what you want. So it created a lot of upset people. So a lot of upset people who really wanted this figure. But I sometimes question whether people really wanted this figure. I think they wanted it because wanted it because there was only 300. They were like, "Oh shit, I want one." Not because they wanted to flip it necessarily, but because they felt like, "Oh, there's only 300. I feel like I should grab one of these." Like because I don't know if I want it, and I'll figure it out later, right? So I do think I'd be willing to bet. I'm not going to put words in everyone's mouth. I'd be willing to bet that some of the people that were probably upset about it probably didn't want it anyway. But I'm not going to say that everyone was like that because there probably were people that really did want it and didn't get it and are very frustrated, no doubt about it. But I do think kind of like what you guys have referenced, like the exclusivity thing, I think it clearly is more of a factor than people admit. Because if not, then for one, I know we heard a lot of complaints about the Joker in-art pre-order reopening, right? The argument was somewhat that people got rushed to pay, and I get that, but I think it was also because people thought it was going to be more exclusive than it was, right?
Yeah.
And then also the same with this cap. They thought this was going to be an exclusive cap, and it was, and they still couldn't get one. So it's a very interesting. I don't know why they limited it to 300. Maybe it was Hot Toys saying like, we only got 300 for you, I'm sorry. Or maybe Sideshow saying like, we don't think we could sell more than 300 of these. And maybe it was an experiment. Sideshow was like, let's test how this exclusive thing goes. It obviously didn't go as well as they hoped. So because they made a lot of people pissed off, and they started dishing out 30% coupons for figures people probably didn't even want. So it's not like you could get anything.
I think it went better
off.
than what they expected, to be honest with you.
I don't know. So it would depend on how you're measuring that, because to me, they sold all 300 pretty quickly, but they crashed their website and they created a very pissed off community. So I think it's like, I think, yes, that will end. The people will get over it. But I think then they had to dish out 30% coupons. They probably didn't plan to. So even if it's not shit you necessarily want, some people bought some things. And Sideshow's probably still happy at the end of the day to get rid of it. So maybe they win. But I think the sentiment, I think the community being outraged is not something you ever want to do. So I don't think it's worth it.
I think that coupon for 30% that everyone got, you were going to get that for Black Friday on those figures.
Probably.
And maybe and then
so it doesn't really,
regardless. So it doesn't impact them. I think when it came down to, if people were going to get it or being upset, I think when it comes down to, or at least like, promotion or marketing or any of this different stuff, it's always smaller, a smaller test at a smaller scale. And, the whole point is that they knew they were going to have a backlash, because that's why they had to have that 30%. But I think they won, honestly. I think this test was very successful for them. I think they realized, hey, we can charge $320 on these exclusives. Next time we'll have like 500 and charge like, see, there you go. And they're probably going to be like, hey, let's make 500 and charge 350.
Well, I do think I get what Doc's saying, but I feel like that's conflicting, because if they didn't care, they wouldn't give you a coupon at all. So that's my point. Like, so
they wanted to continue to drive traffic to the website, right?
Yeah.
No, so because Doc was saying they didn't care if anyone got upset. Clearly, they did if they had a coupon prepared. Like they wouldn't prepare like a remedy for the issue if they didn't give a fuck what you thought. Like,
but see, here's the thing about that though. They prepared the coupon because they sent that 30% off to everybody. But it was only prepared, like that thing expires today. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it expires tonight. Yeah,
it expires tonight. So it wasn't something that lasted for a month. So what are you gaining? I mean, you got people out here who can't really afford to get that right now. You know what I mean? And you only got 2 days to do it. You know what I mean? So
it's a complete nothing burger. It's just to get people, just to give them a sense like, hey, sorry, here's 30%. That's all pretty much
consolation.
But I do have a question. For everybody, and really, goes to you, Carlos, because I know you actually own this figure.
Who, Crispy Carlos?
Does it have a number, or is it or any of these numbered?
No, they're not numbered.
What the hell is this game? This game's that's all it is.
That's what I'm saying. It just seems like, because they said it was like what, only 300, right?
300, yeah.
And the thing is, it's like only 300, and that thing crashed. Like as soon as it went up, it was like the internet just went, bananas. I know some people secured it. And I'm watching and I'm hearing these conversations back and forth. I'm like, oh, damn. And gladly enough, I because I wasn't really interested in it. And, I like I said before, I have the concept from that movie, that black suit. And I think that's one of the dopest ones. I hope they do a reissue on that, a retooling on that one, because that one is incredible.
Yes.
But, already that one is what I have and I'm happy with it. But for this one, it's like, okay, people were going, but at the same time, this was one that people were wanting, because we were hearing the conversations around. They were like, when is this going to come to Sideshow? And it did. But I just think that, I'm sort of with you, Will. Like it did cause like a dumpster fire, bro. Like people were literally, right. I don't even, the thing is, I'm not in groups, but people were sending me. Well, I'm in Carlos's group. I'm in Justin's group.
In the Sideshow group
everybody
alone,
else's group I kind of checked out.
In the Sideshow group alone. there was a lot of people layout who were saying like, I'm done with Sideshow, whether that's true or not.
I didn't
like,
even
you
go
know,
in
is the question.
I got kicked out of the group.
But I mean,
that's
but
true.
you don't. But Sideshow doesn't want that. I mean, they're not happy about it. So I mean,
Here's the problem, right? If they would have said, "Hey, we're gonna make 500 of these," right, or whatever the amount was, it was gonna be the same result.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
The problem is that there was no winning for them because I think people were like 300, dude, they're gonna get more. Right, that's people's reaction, and now that it's completely sold out, they're like, "Oh shit, well, fuck Sideshow." I'm like, "Well, not really, because you're still gonna buy from them, right?"
I think that's the exact point, Carlos, is that people will be upset for now, and we'll mention PS5s and mention sneakers.
Yeah,
right.
I've been in those communities before. People are the same way. I'm done with Sony. I'm not even going to purchase a PS5. The very next drop on it and hurt feelings again for over and over again for a year, right?
So, honestly,
true.
If I'm Sideshow and I'm knowing, like, because again, I'm looking at it from like whoever's taken over Sideshow, they must have hired someone, like whoever this is, man. Like these are all things like that is pretty aggressive, you know. Because my thing of I'm thinking if on Black Friday I'm going to release a 35% coupon for these figures or 40%. Whatever it may be, right? It sounds like it might be. Well, if we can get people buying at 30% now, we're making more money than if we have them wait until Black Friday, right? Here's your coupon for 30. Oh, you bought those figures. Guess what? They're actually going to be 35, 40% off on Black Friday. We got you, right? That's what I would have done.
It could, it could be a win. Yeah, it could be a win.
Yeah.
Or maybe they do release it for 30 and they just made you buy something a lot earlier. Now they have less stock.
I think the way this cap rolled out though is not a win. But I think it's a win as far as maybe getting people to buy more shit they didn't want at a discount that they think is good, but it's really not. But
I think it's a win as far as like them knowing exclusivity matters. And I think from now on, like they understand that. You know what I mean? But you're right.
Well,
that's one something to drill in. Yeah. And also, and then I'll shut up, I promise. But like I would say that this and the waitlist ending layout, like, and then I think that's what Sideshow's clearly trying to drive. They're trying to drive some FOMO, right? And it's working because they just did it with Cap and they've done it with Electro and some other waitlisted figures. So it's all about one core messaging, consistent message, and they're sending it. Yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah. I definitely agree. Uncommon, man. Was this something that was on your radar? Or are you just like, I don't give a damn?
I am in the I don't give a damn.
I got you, bro.
I got in-game Cap. I'm good. I don't need this. Like, it looks good, but I'm good with Cap. I'm not really collecting a lot of Marvel stuff. You know, it's like here and there, maybe. So I didn't really care. So I was going to ask, like, what the hell happened with all this? Because, you know, I'm hearing about this controversy. And I'm like, wait, what? You know, for this? Because first of all, it's $320. I'm not paying $320 for Captain America. I'm sorry. Love the character, just not going to do it. So I'm in that camp.
Yeah, I feel you, bro, because I'm thinking when I look at like 320, and that's not even basically with, you know, tax and shipping costs. I'm looking at everything else that basically I want, you know, everything else that I want that's a bit cheaper and that I'm waiting for right now. And again, like I said, it's the crunch for us. These next 2 months is going to be some bullshit, especially around the holiday season, bro. Figures are going to start hitting quick, literally right now. And on top of that, for little birdie, that Joker's on his way to Hong Kong. I told you about this earlier, brother cousins. It's on its way to Hong Kong right now. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. So that's going to start hitting soon. You know what I mean? And it's the holiday season. Like, you know, I hate to fucking say this, but I agree with Carlos. Black Friday is going to be crazy. Like, literally, it's going to be crazy with discounts. He might be right about that tumbler, bro. He might be right about
40%. We'll see.
I don't know if it's going to be 40%, but I'm not sure about the 40%.
I'm getting it.
So will everyone else, Jay. Trust me.
I don't know about that 40%, but
like a great point you brought up just now, Leal, is like there's so many other figures on my mind that are higher priority. Like this one is just not. It's not even on the list. It's not on my spreadsheet at all. So you know, but I'm looking forward to Black Friday to see what I can get. I mean, I scored that zombie Deadpool for like $200.
There you go,
bro. If I'm right about Black Friday, I will never ever live that shit like down. I'm going to every time I stream, I'm gonna be like, remember Tumblr bitches? Remember what
Tumblr was
happened?
40% off.
It's not gonna happen, Carlos. It's not gonna happen.
Dude.
It's gonna be like 35, and Carlos be like, "Well, I was close." So
No, it's like
Hey,
38
hey,
or something.
yeah.
Hey, I've said 40%, but you have to buy something, and you're probably gonna have to add it or something. Like that's probably
that
when
could
you
be
get
possible.
40%.
Yeah.
I'm saying 40%. You got to buy something, bro.
You're just trying to get your way out of it.
Yeah,
now.
like
You're
the
backtracking.
hot
You're
toy,
backtracking.
the 2-pack boba, right? You had to buy a figure, and then the add-on discount was 25%, something like that. That's what I would probably.
Carlos,
do.
would you do
Like
it if it was the Dark Knight cause babies, but then you could get 40% off? Would you do it?
Of course, yeah,
I'd probably
I would
do
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to add anything. Dude, that 40% though, like I said, if I'm right, dude, call me Tumblr from now on.
I'm just gonna say you work for Sideshow at that point.
Right.
So
Yeah,
you said
we'll see.
basically, if you're right, oh please God, don't let him be right. Please God, don't let him be right.
38%, baby.
Please
Imagine
don't.
39.
I definitely don't want to hear his mouth. I don't. But I want.
Right.
I want.
If he's right, that means we're in the end game now. If he's right about that, we're done.
Riley, did you?
Right.
Did you? Was this something you were going after, bro?
Yeah, I got a date. Well, no, I'm just kidding. I didn't get it. No, this wasn't. This is one that I was like, I thought it was cool and it got announced, but I think I was just like, it wasn't one that I was just like prioritizing because there's just so many other things that I was like, just like an end game line figure. Like I'm kind of like over that hill right now at the moment. I'm kind of focusing on other things, but I don't know. It's an interesting conversation. Like I'm kind of on both sides here because like I kind of like the chase of this, like how I think it's kind of cool how there's like super limited stuff and like you have to be on Sideshow. It's kind of like what you said about sneakers and stuff, like because I actually collect sneakers and other stuff where there's limited stuff, and
I know
it's
you
kind of
do
like
some bitch.
yeah, exactly.
You got them day one.
He knows, but it's like the thrill of like the chase. Like, it's kind of cool to do that, but at the other end, like if this was a figure where it was like I don't know, let's just say like Tobey Maguire to the character like me, where I need it, and then it just like the site's crashing and I can't get it, and then it's just gone and it's like double value, then I'm kind of like, oh damn. So now I'm like on the other end where like shit, I kind of did really want this, but now I don't really want to play double. I don't want to go in the aftermarket. Like I just want to get it from Sideshow, which is the person who the company that collects the hot toys. So I don't know. It's both sides for me because I'm saying like right now, like I don't mind it here. I kind of like it, but it's not really a character that's like high tier for me. It's not like Toby or anything from No Way Home. So I can't really say that I wouldn't totally be for it. So I'm kind of on split ends here, but it's interesting to talk about. This one was definitely got the community rumbling, but it'll pass. It'll pass for sure.
Well, see, the one that I wanted, I got because I remember I was going after it was the 2012 cap. I love that 2012 because the color pops and it's more comic accurate for me, and that's the one that I actually wanted, and I'm so glad I have it in my collection. This one, even though it's dope, but I just didn't need it, but I just couldn't justify it being at $320. I couldn't. It was just
Plus shipping and tax, right?
yeah, plus the shipping and tax and stuff like that. I just couldn't.
And no
and
discounts, no rewards, nothing.
No, and that's the thing. Like no rewards, no nothing at this point. So come on, man. Like it's not worse. It's
I don't know why they didn't make it where you can add rewards. That was a little interesting. Like maybe
Yeah.
that was like a bug or something, but that's kind of slimy from Sideshow. I feel like they should have let you add rewards to that.
Because they knew 300 people were going to buy it.
Yeah,
at
they
full
were like,
price
we're
Yeah,
gonna
like
get
full
cash
price.
from this.
Like, come on, man. But I get it. It's a business, so it is what it
Yeah,
is.
I get what you mean, though, Riley.
Gotta think like a business, Riley. Come on now.
Okay,
Hey,
sorry,
listen.
Carlos, Mr. Business.
You know what's the crazy part?
you.
We're sitting here talking about the Tumblr, right? Or the Tumblr gonna get hit. What'd you say, Carlos? 40%?
40%.
Yeah, he's in there.
And if he's right, we're gonna go to the LinkedIn for Sideshow, and it's gonna be Carlos's face on there. New marketing director.
Exactly.
Bro, we were like,
It's gonna say I was right,
Bro,
Yeah,
I have my reasons why I believe it'll be 40%. Like I'm just telling you, it's gonna be 40%. They're legitimate reasons too.
All right,
Like
clip
you know
this
what I mean?
stream. Go to hour 3 minutes. Make sure you get this. So if he's wrong,
Well, it just makes sense, right? I mean, okay. How much is a
There he goes
Tumblr?
again.
630.
Yeah, 630. Yeah.
All right. It's fucking expensive. It's an unpopular piece. Nobody like unpopular meaning it's not like
I wouldn't
like
say
Star Wars.
unpopular, but
Like it's not like
kind of
Star Wars.
It's hard to
or
move.
Marvel.
Yeah,
It's hard to move.
Definitely
It's a
hard.
big
to move.
piece. Not everyone can buy it, and it was during that pre-order time, right, when everybody was NoPo or whatever, right, or no, during the Dopo, and then everybody started canceling their stuff. So that's why I think it's gonna sit.
Carlos. If it
So-
doesn't hit 40%, let's make a deal. You have to buy me one for free.
By the end of
All
the
of
year.
them.
By the end
All
the
of
year?
them.
Yeah. Yeah, all of us won. Not just me.
Yeah.
He's not gonna do that much.
But you have to
Everybody-
vote for something, right?
Everybody on-
yeah, but if it doesn't,
By the
then
end of- if it
what do I have to
doesn't-
do?
I'll take a bat pod. You ain't even gotta do that much.
I'll take the mini or what?
I'll take a
Okay,
bat
so-
pod.
I'll take a stealth suit cap, bro.
If it doesn't, if it doesn't hit 40% by the end of the year, by the end of the year, which I believe it will at least, if it doesn't hit Black Friday, it will during the holidays. What are you gonna buy me? Are you gonna buy me a tumbler?
I'll buy you J&D. I'll buy you J&D,
Yeah, there we go.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't know. Something. Think of something. I don't know.
Listen,
Of the
like
same
I said,
value.
everybody is looking. If you are really looking to get your hands, and if it's important to you to get your hands on that stealth suit cap, there are alternatives. There is an alternative out there. You just have to seek it and seek it out. I actually happen to find one. This is the one that I think you guys can get. If you want it, it is available. It comes with a different head sculpt. It might
Is it
not
me
be
again?
Steve.
Oh my god! I want this one.
This is the
It might not
collector's
be
edition
Steve
layout,
Rogers.
not the
That's good.
exclusive.
It's the collector's spice
Collector.
Yeah.
edition. So it's
Spice
definitely-
suit.
It's
Yeah,
the spice suit.
It's the spice suit. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, it's the spice suit.
was
It's the
good.
spice edition. So
How
there
do
you
you do
go.
this so fast? I don't get it. Like, how do
I
you do
mean,
this?
it's a technique. You got to be swift about it. But I think you can get this. This is payback though for him putting my face on feet. But you know what?
Exactly.
I'm glad you
Yeah,
know that was him.
Yeah, definitely. So it definitely is an alternative. If you actually want it, you can get your hands on this piece, complimentary piece by Carlos. You know, it'll be available on his site. If
There
you
you
actually
go.
want to sign up for a place for collectors, you'll actually get this piece day one. Real quick though. So I want to move on, you know, briefly, because like I said, we are at 10:30 mark, and I know we'll got to be to bed by 11. So the topic
Sure.
of the show, basically, like I said, I mean, it's again, we're talking about this. We're talking about, we talk about Sideshow, but it's hot toys figures. We're looking at this cap. Again, it's a reissue or a retooling 2.0 of the version that we got from the movie. You know, people who didn't get their chance to get their hands on it. This is the version. There's an upgraded version. And we've talked about this before. We had a conversation about figures that we want to see, you know, them upgrade. Who I think which show we were talking about that on? I think was it on yours, Will? Somebody's show we were talking about like figures we want to see them upgrade, like a 2.0.
Oh yeah, I think we did
version.
that a couple weeks ago. Or something,
Exactly.
yeah.
So we did it a couple weeks ago. So with that basically being said, bro, we know that we hold Sideshow in high esteem. You know what I mean? Not Sideshow, Hot Toys in high esteem. Like we hold them at a level. Like they set the bar for collecting ever since they were introduced. All of us, you know, half of us probably wouldn't be in collecting if it wasn't for Hot Toys. You know what I mean? And the figures that they've produced. They started us down that lane, 1/6 scale collecting. But again, like when I think about this again, like I said, I titled, you know, the show, you know, to whom much is given, much is required. To them, they have the keys to the kingdom, but there is a lot required from them. When we're dealing with these, you know, again, we know that Hong Kong is shut down. You know, they're dealing with, you know, that pandemic still over there.
Booty
So
bots.
there's a massive shutdown. So, and we know that there are a lot of figures that we got the booty bots in here. I told you we was gonna
The
get them
booty bots?
The booty bots only come here when Jay's on here, bro. Like straight up. When
It's
Jay's
true.
on here,
It's true.
Pimpin' ain't easy.
follow
Pimpin'
him. Pimping ain't easy, bro. Pimping. They was even, bro. The booty bots was even on your Instagram. Anyway, but no. So we know that, you know, pretty much they're dealing with all these things, but yet we have certain expectations of them because they give us these pieces. Is it you know, is it wrong for us to have these expectations? And is it something that they've done that they have to live with and produce? You know, should we place this, you know, do we is it unfair for us to place such a I won't even say a burden, but plus, you know, so much high expectations on their shoulders to really give us the figures, or, you know, that we want, the things that we actually see right now, even figures that are coming. When they give us these prototypes, we see those prototypes, and that's part of the reasons why we cash in on it. Like, well, you talked about, you know, the other day, Shang-Chi. That's one of the, you know, dopest head sculpts that you ever seen. That one,
Yep.
you know. So again, your expectation is when you see that, you pre-order that figure, you want them to deliver. And if they don't, it's just like a letdown. So are we too hard on them, or have they set the bar in which we expect them to achieve? What you think, Will?
Dude, I think we've set the bar pretty fair and realistically because, one of the biggest criticisms we've seen of, in art is that they're unproven and that they, Hot Toys has been the king and, they've produced however many figures and, in art still hasn't produced anything. So we hold Hot Toys to that standard because they've shown that they're capable of that. So I think that we're pretty fair and realistic to them. I mean, there are always going to be people that are, I guess, never going to be happy with whatever is released, right? Like you could go on the Facebook post that Hot Toys make and you could find them. I mean, they're pretty much always readily available. There's always going to be someone that's like, oh, the head sculpt's slightly off. Like even like a great figure that everyone loves where the head sculpt's just a banger. Like it's like Killmonger or something that's like, well, like the lips aren't quite right or the eye, like someone's, I understand everyone has their own opinion, right? But and even like I said with the in-art Joker, right? Like it's some people are like, well, it's still like not quite there, you know what I mean? And I'm just kind of like, it is though. I mean, if the final comes out different, sure, we can have that conversation. But as far as what we've seen so far, it looks great, right? With Hot Toys, I think we pretty much do the same thing. I think we hold them to a high standard because, like the example I always gave, right? Like with my parents, where they're like, well, we're going to hold you to a high standard because we know you're capable of a high standard. If you weren't capable of meeting a high standard, then we wouldn't hold you to that. We're only holding you to what you are able to do. So if you were only able to do less, we would hold you to that, right? So that's pretty much what I've always done and what we hold Hot Toys to, right? Because they've been the king of the playground, the 1/6 collecting ground for a long time. And I think we, are fair in that respect. But I do feel like, I mean, I don't know. They don't work for us, but they do cater to us in a sense. I mean, not maybe us specifically, but just collectors in general, their market, right? So they want to make things that they know we're going to buy. Sometimes we're not always thrilled with the zillionth Iron Man, but at the end of the day, Hot Toys knows that they're going to make what makes them money. So, so that I'm sure they have plenty of market analytics and engaging sort of social media reactions, talking about like what characters are popular in the media, like what characters are going to sell, which aren't. Sometimes they take risks, like sometimes they don't. I mean, like Cyborg could have been a risk for them, and they did it based off community outrage and feedback, right? And maybe they thought Cyborg's never going to sell, but then people got really pissed, and they're like, okay, well maybe let's try it and see what happens, right? When Wu, for example, Leo, I'm glad they updated this head sculpt because I liked this how it was. Like I didn't think it was a 10, but I liked it enough and I love the character enough. I was probably willing to accept this, but they've updated the head sculpt since and it's a banger, dude. It's like, I hope it comes out looking that good. But I will say that, we hold them to a high standard because also, I mean, to most people that don't collect, you would tell them the price of these things and they'd be like, what the fuck? Like they'd be like, what? Like if you had them guess, right? Like I've had that before. If I've had like someone come over to my house or a friend or something, and I'm like, how much do you think that costs, right? That figure, and they're like, I don't know, like $50, and I'll be like, try $350 or try like $400, right? And they'll be like, what? Like they like it until you tell them the price. They're like, I don't like it anymore. So that's pretty much what happens. So I think but we've become so conditioned that this is normal. So like like we'll buy pretty much any one of these figures and we'll be like, shit, like that's a good price. We'll look at a DX Vader at $330 and be like, that's a good ass price. But for other people who are non-collectors, they'd be like, that's like rent. So like half rent, I guess, right? Depending where you're living. But I would say that I think we hold them to a high standard because they've shown us we're paying for a high standard for one. And I think two, they have shown they're capable of it. So that's what we hold them to. If we see a subpar outing or something that's disappointing, we call it out. Not just I don't mean just YouTubers, I mean the community. So I think that to answer the question, I think we do, and I think we should. So, I mean, if they disappoint us, and especially if you put a pre-order down because you put faith in that company, it's like investing, I don't know, like investing in their stock, so to speak. And then you invested on an item and then it turned out to not be what you wanted. And it sucks, right? So, and especially if it's your favorite character. Like if Endgame Loki comes out shitty, I'm gonna be real upset because, like, I mean, that's been delayed for like 4 years. I mean, it's like, and if that comes out not good, I'm like, y'all took all this time to fuck up this head sculpt. Like,
that assumes it's gonna come out.
Yeah, it might not even come out at all, right? So, like, that's the kind of stuff, like layout that
When
Wenwu was probably in my top 5 anticipated. I
Yeah.
love Wenwu, dude. I love Shang-Chi. That film is so good. I know Carlos is probably tired of hearing me talk about it, but I love Shang-Chi, bro. Shang-Chi is so good.
I told you, bro.
Like,
when we talked about it, it was like my most anticipated movie of that year that we talked about it, bro. It is.
yeah.
It's never
I remember I got out of the
disappointed.
theater layout and we got on chat. Like we were on a stream that night or something. And then like we chat, I was like, bro. I was like, that shit was amazing.
You
That
drove
shit
home
was
and ordered
fire.
them both.
I did, and then I canceled
And you canceled them because you adapted.
because I knew I could get them
You
cheaper.
adapted, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So, but anyway,
So-
Lael, sorry for the long answer, but I would say that yeah, man, we do hold them to a high standard, and we should, as we would hold ourselves to a high standard. So
Yeah, definitely, man. Cam, I'm gonna go to you, bro, because like I said, you being the marble.
I knew you was gonna go after my ass.
Cam
right
always
after
wants to go
fucking
after
Will.
me,
I was like, I'm sitting here like, don't fucking pick me. Don't fucking pick me. And then Cam, I'm gonna go.
he does it just as a joke now at this point.
but
You got this, Cam. I didn't say that.
you
much.
got it, Cam. But nah, listen.
Question. What was the question?
All right, so listen.
Oh, and Black
I know I did go on
Panther,
for a while. My bad.
So
No,
here we
it's
go.
okay. It's okay.
Here we
You're
go,
good, you're
Cam.
good,
Here we go. Now,
Okay.
I'm bringing this up here, bro, because again,
Mhm.
we both talk about this all the damn time. And they got this is literally my favorite suit. And I was so happy. You know, from a distance, like brother, cousin. But I was so happy, bro. Like when I clicked on, I was like, "Is that?"
That position looked like when he was whispering in that girl's ear.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's true.
He does that a lot, though. That's like his character pose.
Hey, it's me.
Pretty much.
Listen, people, when you strip my power away.
Take off all your clothes. We will leave our sneakers on for great.
You will let me whisper in your ear. And I will
Leo's got that accent
you
down,
up
bro.
there.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah.
Is Leo gonna show up as an extra in Wakanda Forever? Or something?
Right.
He's gonna be there, dude.
Oh my god. That's funny as hell.
Will you be my king? I am your king now.
That's pretty good.
Yo, but no,
I'm your king.
He's got,
now,
like, on point.
motherfuckers.
hey, Cam. So again, this is a retooling, a 2.0. We have expectations for this, bro. Like we have high expectations. Real quick, before you answer, I forgot one pouch man said, nah, man, truth is advertising. So he would send the $2 super chat. I couldn't get through. I'm trying to pull these up, man, but my computer is a butthole right now. But anyway, Cam, go ahead, man. Like, I mean, it's a 2.0. We do have expectations. And I say this because I remember when me and Will was talking about it. Will was even talking about how he didn't think the head sculpt on the version that we got was the best. We didn't, and when we got that head sculpt from the standalone version, it was like questionable based on what we saw from the prototype to what we got. Again, they can't fuck this up, bro. They cannot. They cannot.
Because,
So again, we have an expectation, and they have to meet that. What you think, bro?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely hold them at, like Will said, at a really high regard, just because we know what they're capable of at the end of the day. It's like when you see your favorite player play and you see Jordan go out there and put up 61. It's like, oh, man, can he do better? Can he do more? Your favorite player's not Jordan. Who's your favorite player, Carlos?
Kobe, bro. I'm from LA.
Yeah, Kobe's
okay,
pretty good.
yeah,
He's
that's
not
pretty
Jordan.
good. That's really good. He did put up 81.
Can't
though,
argue
so
with
80
Kobe. Can't argue
81
with
is
Kobe,
20
yeah.
more than.
Can't argue that, man.
But
You still can't
fuck
argue
was
that.
I? Fuck was I? But yeah, I mean, we definitely hold them at a high standard and a high regard because we want to see what they can do. I mean, if we look back at 2012 when figures were starting to drop, and then you look at the head sculpts today, I mean, the technology is changing. You know what I'm saying? It is improving. It is a gradual change, and we don't notice because we don't really like look back at a lot of that older stuff that we had. But I mean, it is improving. It is getting better. Not just the head sculpts, but also the accessories. I mean, we're looking at the USBs is what we're looking at now. And then art is bringing in something into the game as far as with these magnetic stands. That could be something that we could see with these figures, and also with the I guess in the not the wrist pegs. Well, yeah, the wrist peg parts, right? How they're like magnetic now. That could be something that we're looking at as well with these figures. I mean, because there's only so much we can see with these photos. We don't know what extra things might come along with it, or things that might change by the time this thing actually does drop. And I think that really is the exciting part about it, is that like, and especially for the prices, some prices, because this one, I mean, it was like 270 or 280, 285, which is, that's pretty good for
not bad, bro.
the
Not
2.0 of this version of like
with the shield in the new, you know,
yeah. And this honestly might be the last version of this suit that we're gonna see, to be honest with you, because I don't see a reason for it to come out again unless, you know, an anniversary or something like that, maybe like 10, 15 years from now, you know. And then with the, you know, the movie releasing next week, it's gonna be a flood of these figures dropping. So,
oh shit, bro! If this goes blue screen, imagine.
It goes blue screen.
Oh yeah, this goes blue screen. Everyone's gonna panic.
Yeah, people are gonna freak out.
I secured this one, bitch. Already.
That's your final one. You're getting.
Yeah, mine
sure,
secured
for a
too.
long time.
I was like, nah,
can't miss out.
Yeah, I couldn't sleep on this one.
I secured this as soon as it dropped, and that the day that they dropped and released it, I knew Toya wasn't gonna live it down. She'd probably been like, "Nigga, you better have been her." She'd be like, "Bro, I didn't get this real quick now. Don't play with me.
She made sure.
Now."
She made sure.
She would have went in. Like, that's just the way Toya is when it comes to Black Panther, bro. She can't wait because we're going to the opening night. I mean, we're going to like on the Thursday, and then we're going to they're throwing a function here where a company has rented out an entire theater, and they're going to have.
We got one here too. Yeah, there's one in Alexandria out here that they're doing. But they're doing a double feature here.
Yeah.
So they're showing both back to back, the original, and then they're also going to do the Wakanda Forever after it.
Hey, Cam, you going to that?
Yeah, so I'm actually gonna go to it. It's like a premiere, so like it's for actually a cancer awareness, like fundraiser. So it's like $34. I'll send you the information. It was like $34 for the ticket, and it's like a red carpet and all this other stuff. So
we need to do that, bro. Definitely.
Yeah.
That's dope.
But hey, if y'all go, take Will with y'all. Make him dress up as Black Panther.
All right, bet.
Am I allowed to do that? I can fit in the costume, cuz.
It is the white wolf.
The white wolf. Give me a wig, dude. I'll be Bucky. Yeah.
So, Marco, man, like, what do you think, bro? Do you think it's fair for us, since they've set a bar so high? Do you think it's fair for us, you know, to hold them, you know, in such, you know, or to place that expectations on his shoulder? Do you think it's fair, or do you think that we need to kind of temper those expectations? What do you think?
Hell yeah, it's fair. I've got thousands of dollars flowing to this company every year. And I think in terms of luxury goods, this is probably my top expenditure, to be honest, maybe minus travel. So it's very fair to hold them to a high standard. And I think, as others have mentioned on here, they're capable of delivering a lot of the times, right? They have missteps, but a figure that hasn't come out yet, but I'm really, really high on, is the Wolverine from Days of Future Past. That one kind of has everything that you could want. It's an iconic character. Yep. It's got innovation in terms of the materials with the leather jacket. It's got the seamless forearms. It's at a reasonable price, right? I think it's like $285 is the base level one. And then they've got a diorama base if you want to kind of take it up to the next notch. So I think, we can hold them to a high standard because they want our money. And at the end of the day, there's more and more competition, not just in the 1/6 market, but as the world has reopened, there's competition for all of our funds as inflation has risen. So they've got to keep upping their game, or else more and more people are going to fall off, because as they increase their price, it just becomes less palatable to get figures if they're going to be stagnated. But if they continue to innovate like this figure, and I think I have not seen anything since this one that has impressed me as much as this figure, then I think, then we know they can deliver on this level. Again, this hasn't been released. You know, it could come out and, I don't know, the magnets are fucked up or something along those lines. But from all the early indications, this is going to be an absolute banger release. And this is the standard that I want them to hit pretty much every announcement they make. Now, again, that is fair because they want my money. And at the end of the day, if it doesn't hit this threshold, then I could just be like, you know what? Sorry, it's not for me. I will wait until you deliver on your promise.
You know what? I'm right there with you, bro. Because again, This is a beautiful piece, bro. And the thing is, when you put out something of this magnitude, then you're saying to us, we're capable of doing this.
Exactly.
This is why we are who we are. We're putting this out there at this price. So if you're paying this particular price, then it is an expectation to deliver at that particular price. And we have to have a level of expectation, brother. I mean, Jay, what you think, bro?
No, I totally agree. And with Marco bringing up this piece right here, recently had this piece on Good Morning. Well, not this piece, but the Days of Future Past, the one from 2015.
Yeah.
That figure is amazing. So with all the years, what has it been about 10 years later? They must innovate with this piece right here. They have to knock this out of the park, because the Days of Future Past, the old one from 2015, that the original suit, that the suit he was in, the older suit, the future suit, I want to call it, that was already a 10. So with this right here, they definitely have to knock. I mean, come on, the innovation of paint applications, materials, goods, all that stuff, they have to knock this out of the park. I mean, looking at this prototype, they definitely did, and they definitely, hopefully they will. But I've been saying it since all InArt and all these other companies coming out here to step it. They have to step up their game. They cannot have any more questionable head sculpts or any questionable figures. They just can't anymore. They can't. Yeah, they may, some figures are better than others. We know that. It's just they put in more work in other characters than other properties. They just do. But for the most part, they do stellar work. They really do. I mean, they knock it out of the park. That's why we always say they're time tested. So yeah, I think it is fair to hold them to their quality of work, to the threshold what they can do. I mean, absolutely, they have to nail from this point on. I think they have to innovate is the thing. Now we've seen what they can do, but I want to see better. Like I said, the Days of Future Past Wolverine that came out in 2015 is a great figure. Even to this day, that head sculpt holds up with a lot of head sculpts that's out here today.
Right now. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I expect them with this version to blow it out and to even improve, to innovate, to improve, to make it go even, continue to push the boundaries of 1/6 scale.
Yeah.
They just have to at this point.
So, Riley,
I know what you're gonna bring up. I see it, bro. I already know. It's funny because I was gonna make that my point. I was gonna actually bring him up. So you like read my mind, bro.
Bro, you already know, bro. You already know. So yeah. Let me see here. Spider-Man.
I know where it's going.
I'm trying to find him because they just play around too much with these motherfucking algorithms. They don't really want to send you where you need to go, some bitches. But I'm gonna find them. But yeah, like again, I know which one, and this is probably I think is going to be the one that everybody is questioning right now because they want to know, is this going to work? Is this going to be the one that we get that's just going to set? And I think I passed it, didn't I?
Yeah, it was
I think I did.
Yeah, it was right at the end. Yeah, it's got to be the Toby one. You got to.
Yeah, it's the Toby one. It's this. Yeah, it's the one right there at the end. So this with that head sculpt, bro, it's like okay. What do we do? Like we put this out there, and we know that everybody's going to have that expectation. And as real as you made it look, and as much as people want this in hand, like I know you, and this is something you were waiting for. So now that you're delivering, you have to deliver on the goods, not just the figure itself, but the base itself, everything. What do you think, bro? Is it wrong for us to have that expectation?
No, I'm totally in agreement with the panel. I feel like. So for one thing, for this figure, I know this was the one that obviously I was like most anticipating, KG, Nick, all these guys. But this was one that even was so excited, over the moon about it. But like the price was like, as much as I love this figure, like I know this is overpriced. Like I know that there is inflation. It is very expensive. It's probably because it's No Way Home and maybe I don't know, the Tobey Maguire likeness rights, something. But it's a very, very expensive piece. Like you're going to like Iron Man prices, so it's getting pretty crazy. It is a huge base, so I think that's what it mainly has to factor of. But even the standard, I think, is 300 retail, so it's still like up there. But we kind of are already used to that. But yeah, like I said, the prices just further increasing. I feel like that more puts pressure on Hot Toys, and it kind of just puts pressure on us because I mean, it's like people have said, I don't think prices are just going to drop. Like they're only just going to stay the same or rise. So I feel like that's kind of a thing that factors into people saying like, I really need this to be perfect. And this one's definitely one that I want the proto to stick because it just looks amazing. And another thing I'd bring up is, I don't know if someone said, but the delivery like windows they have, like I always talk about this. Like, it's always funny because whenever I have friends come over or family members who see my collection and stuff, like this movie specifically, No Way Home, like this is the movie, this is my favorite movie. I mean, all my friends know that, but when they see my collection, they're like, where's the Tobey Maguire figure? Like, where's Andrew Garfield? Where's this? Where's that? Like, where's Doctor Strange from the movie? I'm like, yeah, there's a thing that they do with this company where you have to wait like 1.5 to 2 years to get it. So it's like that always is kind of like, it's always kind of a bummer to me because like I just want to have them like as soon as possible. And I get why it takes a while. Obviously, they have so many figures on pre-order, so it makes perfect sense. But I feel like that also plays a part into you wanting it to be perfect. The perfect example is Cable. That figure got delayed and delayed and delayed. And look how controversial it was. Like, let's be honest. That was the sculpt was like, it is good. Like some people were even saying the third party looked better. I'm like, damn, like it got some pretty bad stuff said towards it for it being like how long? Like 2.5 years to 3 year wait. It's crazy. So I feel like that's another thing that pushes on collectors. Like they take so long and they delay it so much further that you kind of expect it to be like, I need this to be like a 9 out of 10 head sculpt, 9.5. That's what I'd say. But and lastly, what else can I bring up? I was gonna bring up something. Competition, yeah. Like we said. Oh yeah, Carlos, that's it. The competition, like with InArt, like that's another thing. Like I feel like it's not just Hot Toys where we're putting them up on this like pedestal. Like InArt, they did say that they have their next generation figures, they have expensive pricing. So I feel like we're putting them at the level of, I mean, Hot Toys has the reputation, InArt doesn't, and we're still putting them at that level. So I feel like it kind of just goes both ways. Obviously, price has to do with it. Like the Joker, everyone made sure, like InArt, you have to make sure that this one's perfect or else it's over. Like you can't mess this one up. So I feel like pressure is just always something that has to deal with collectors when it comes to these just high price points. That's what I'd say.
Yeah, definitely, man. I agree. I'm saving Carlos for last because I know we're going to get a really a dissertation and I told you so type of situation. Uncommon. Tell me a figure. There's a figure that you want right now, Ty, that you probably is the most anticipated for you, right? You've seen the prototype. It was a day one for you. You was like, yeah, I need that. That's something I need. What figure is it?
Back to the Future.
It's that Black Panther.
The Black Panther. Yeah.
Like from the moment I saw him in Civil War, I saw that suit. Yeah. Like that's the one I want. Like I have the solo movie one, but that's the one I want. Like
that suit, that was always the suit that I wanted, and I missed out on the first time. And I'm sort of glad I did. You know what I mean? But
it worked out.
Yeah, it kind of worked out. But you know, with that suit, Ty, like you have high expectations for it. And because you have it, and because you're putting, like we were all saying, you're putting your money down for these pieces, you expect them to deliver. And you don't think it's wrong.
Absolutely not. Like I think we have every right to expect the very best from them. I mean, they're charging premium prices for these figures. So I want a premium product. You know, like they have conditioned us already to think, like we've already talked about, hey, $285, that's a great price for this figure. You know, when I
regretted saying that, Ty.
Yeah, right.
My first Hot Toy was years ago, and it was Black Widow. She was $150 on Sideshow.
Oh wow.
So like 285, they've already conditioned us to think that way. It's like that turtle where you keep turning up the fire on the pot and he doesn't realize he's boiling until it's too, like they're doing that with us. They're conditioning us to pay more. We need to make sure that we keep them in check and give us that our money's worth. Like I think we have every right to do that. I mean, Hot Toys is the best. No one's gonna, really argue that point. They've been the best for a long time. But when you're up there like that, sometimes you can sit on your laurels. So it's good to see companies like InArt come and say, hey, look what we can do. Now they're not going to top Hot Toys with the manufacturing. Like Hot Toys is just going to beat them with that. But it can give them like a little kick in the butt. Say, hey, you know, now we're gonna show you what we can really do.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like my grandma used to say, you know, fuck around and find out.
Exactly.
Damn.
Exactly.
Grandma.
I never got a warning.
We're gonna show you.
Yeah.
We're gonna
exactly.
show you what we could do.
Yeah.
But you know, if you're gonna tell me, okay, this figure we want you to pay this much, then I'm gonna say, what am I getting for that? Because my money is important to me. And so I think we have every right to expect the very best from them every single time. Of course, they're not going to hit it. No one's perfect, but they need to reach for that every single time.
Yeah.
If they
need to strive for that level of goodness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I do want to thank you, Leal, for letting me go before Carlos and his
I knew I kept Carlos for last because
the worst for
Carlos,
last.
Yeah, we're
like you know how like John
That's how
Campia
the
takes
saying
you to the Campia classroom. Carlos tries to take us to the Captain Carlos
Captain Carlos classroom.
There we go.
You know, that's basically what he does. So that's why I try to let him go last. But here's the thing: before Carlos goes, I do want to say this: is that we have these expectations for them because we know they're good. Like literally, we know they're good. So it's a fair go. Like I expect these things from you because Hot Toys is always going to be my go-to, and they're going to always get my money. You know what I mean? Literally, because it's what they produce. So I have that expectation. Captain Carlos, you can you have the floor because I know you've been waiting patiently. You have the floor, and you may go and commence, ladies and gentlemen. Carlos.
All right. So do I think it's fair that we hold them to the standard, right? Is that really that's the question, right?
Yeah.
You know, like everyone has been saying, I think it's more than fair, but and I've been, to blame sometimes of this too, but I feel like sometimes all the time. I feel like we don't hold them enough to a standard that they should be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like we're too easily pleased and too easily just let things go, right?
Yeah.
The problem that I've had, and other members have as well, not in this panel specifically, but when Hot Toys messes up or they don't provide something, instead of providing,
explanation,
not agreeing, but providing critique in a respectful manner, we tend to be so passionate at times that we can lash out, right? And I've done that before for sure. So things that I'm trying to change and do. So that's what I would say that like for example, like the Doc Ock, right? I believe the artist was getting like death threats and all this different stuff, right? So that's where it gets too far. So I definitely believe we don't hold them to a high enough standard, because when things happen like a Cable, we get a little bit upset, but then we move on and we go to the next one, and the next one doesn't end up being okay, and then we go to the next one. So I don't believe, because we talk about innovation, but this is not technology. This is just simple like tailoring, and like at this point they keep giving us things that are not leather. You know what I mean? So it comes down to a point of like, I just think we could be easily pleased, at times, because I just don't think, like, for example, 285 on a Black Panther, right? Or whatever you want to look at. Like when you start looking at, or 520 for this 2-pack, like, it's a toy, right? And it's a great collectible, and I love collecting as much as everyone. But you look at things like, what can that get you, right? Like a 280 for Black Panther, you can get like AirPods, or you can get a PS5, and a PS5 actually is technology, and this is like a figure. You know what I mean? So we're very easily saying like, oh, 290, that's pretty cheap, as everyone has been saying. But no, like for this price, it should always be delivering. And that really didn't start clicking until I started seeing InArt. And InArt started saying like, hey, we're going to use leather and real materials and all this different stuff, like sculpted hair and all rooted hair. Where it feels like Hot Toys, only reason they innovated has been because of what InArt pushed them to do so, not because we did. Yeah. Not because we held them to a standard that we said we need this or we're done. No, it was InArt came around. They're like, oh well, now I guess we need to. It was kind of like Madden, where like the end, like the game, right? They don't feel like they need to innovate, and that's what this kind of feels like. We're just gonna give you the game, or we're just gonna give you the toy, and you're gonna pay for it. So no, I just feel like we just so I just feel like we can be easily pleased, and we should hold them to a higher standard, but at a respectful way, you know. And again, I've been sometimes not a good representation of that. But
I'm glad
you know what I mean. I haven't been a good and I've definitely have changed significantly because of that. But I can tell you though that that's where I'm at. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Thank you, Captain Carlos. That was some good stuff.
That was really
Captain
good
Carlos.
stuff. I'm impressed by you, Captain Carlos. Tonight.
I appreciate that. Hey, look, I've realized, and I've talked to Will, right? Because sometimes I can get very like, well, this looks like dog shit or something, right? And I can say
that pretty much like every stream.
You do say that every stream.
No, not anymore. Not anymore. Let's be honest. But and talking about it, it's like, well, hey, like you can say the same thing, but without coming off like an asshole. You know what I mean? And talking to Will has been like, if you keep shouting, no one's gonna hear you. And I'm like, well, that's true. So let me, so that's I've kind of realized that.
Bring it in.
Yeah. So I'm like, because again, I do believe they deserve critique, and for the most part, a lot. Now that I've seen in art, but in a respectful manner, where hey, you can have a conversation. Sometimes that again, I do mess up on, but like for example, like something like $290 or $380 or $500, like we need to think about like $500. That's a PS5. Like $1,000 rooted Joker. That's a brand new iPhone, right?
That's true.
$1,000. So you're like, hey, I'm paying these toys, or am I gonna get this technology, right? Like for like what the opportunity cost is. So I do believe they deserve all the critique they get to it, but not the way that it's being delivered. Yeah. At times, and I can be a fault, but not anymore. Thank you, Will. So yeah,
thank you,
Coach Will.
Yeah, he has helped me on that. So
hey, well,
definitely, man, appreciate that. Y'all guys killed it tonight. This is what we call, like I said, this is beyond it. This is like an eternal level panel. Like you know what I mean? Like,
bro,
it's eternal.
It's better
level.
than that.
Avengers is better than that.
Eternal level, bro. Y'all live forever, bro. Like straight up.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, we put it like that. Y'all live forever, bro. Like I'm straight up. This is a panel that listen. Like these are. I consider everybody on here vets, like literally when it comes to it. Vets in the mind of, in a sense of, we've been collecting for a while. We're on these streams and we're only telling you, we're talking, based on experience and stuff like that. So thank you guys for being on here and just dropping some knowledge. As always, it's been a blast. I'm gonna start with you, brother Cousins. I'm gonna start with the bottom first, man, and we gonna go up. What you got besides the the frequent I forgot this. Everybody who's watching the show tonight, you get a free bottle of candy. Candy is going. You get yourself a free bottle of candy. Straight up, get you some candy, and your life will be Southern Dandy. So straight up, make sure you get.
Is there only 300? Only 300, man.
We're only 300 bottles.
We gotta pre-order that. Yeah.
Only 300 bottles.
About to get
It's gonna go on a wait list. It is gonna go on wait list. And if you get a bottle now, you get both these chicks in 6-scale form. So definitely make sure you do it.
No delays on this.
No delays. Straight up. But tell us what you got going on, brother. What you got coming
Once
on,
again, brother, thank you so much for having me in with this wonderful panel. It's been awesome. Just talking
and Carlos
always. And Carlos, of course. But no, tomorrow we got Best of the Best. It's gonna be amazing, gonna be a good show. Gonna be talking about some good stuff. And that's all down the pike right now. I'm just doing Best of the Best, and hopefully we get some new releases or something this week. I am hoping and praying we get Cyborg. Seriously. I really think November and December is going to be some heavy months. Everybody get your wallets.
Bro, it's going to be nice and heavy, bro. I believe that because they are starting already right now. It just seems like, they ain't playing, bro.
Dude, I just put my last payment down for while we were talking for Joker because I want the bad boy. I know the shipping.
Which one?
Crazy. The rooted
in art.
Yeah.
In art.
Okay. Yeah, I know the shipping is going to be a monster, but hey, I need to get it. Right.
Straight up, man. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for being here as always. If you haven't already, come on, man. Brother Cousins, get you a bottle of candy, 2 6-scale figures. You want to jump on that right now. Definitely make sure you do, man. Thank you for being here, bro. Appreciate you all the time, my brother.
Thank you.
Next up, we got the human party. Now, the human party. This man's a party machine. That's what they call him, the human party. What's going on, Riley, man? What you got coming on, bro?
You saw me at Celebrate. You left 20 minutes during the first start. Carlos.
I couldn't hang. I have to admit it.
Crazy.
Carlos,
Crazy, but,
yeah, we're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah, next time. SDCC next year. Come on, we're all doing it.
He probably
Carlos.
because he's probably gonna dip in for like 5 minutes and dip.
I know
No,
Will's looking at
what
flights, but I don't
happened-
trust him yet.
Yeah, you don't trust me until I book the flight.
Exactly.
I'm gonna wear some more
NRD, the
comfortable
NRD baby.
shoes.
Come on.
I'm gonna be all right. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh,
Yeah,
comfortable
right,
shoes.
but
Okay,
whatever,
cool.
whatever.
All
But
right, all right.
yeah, thank you for the invite. It was a lot of fun tonight. Really good topics, really awesome topics. So great stuff, man. On my channel, nothing really much going on right now. Just waiting on some more announcements. We did have that Halloween show, which was a lot of fun. Shout out to everyone who joined into that.
Hell
You
yeah.
can catch the
Hell
replay.
yeah.
We did a really fun, I had a new idea to my channel where we're doing some more like quizzes. Like this is website where you can actually get the chat involved in the quizzes. It's a lot of fun. So
Word.
you guys can
Word.
check that out on Monday. And next time we'll do it. I'll make sure to invite a bunch of you guys on. It'll be a lot of fun. But
Hell yeah. It's
yeah.
just gonna be fun.
we got that going. We have the new group that we made on Facebook, Place for Collecting. So make sure you guys check out that. It's an awesome group. If you just want to have positive vibes, just talk about figures and just
All day.
topics that were happening. It's a really awesome group. Make sure you guys check that out. And also we actually had an Instagram live on Will's Instagram. That was a lot of fun. So maybe we'll be doing those. We'll be doing those some more recently.
Gotta do more of that.
Unfortunately, we had KG on and he doesn't know.
Yeah, KG made a guest appearance. He's been
yeah, we did have KG. We did.
That was
KG.
awesome to see him. He was working on Dune. He's getting his money at Warner Bros. But
he was going to McDonald's.
Wow, it was good catching up with him though, and yeah, it was great talking to you guys. It's cool to see Ty. Obviously, he's been killing. Make sure you check out his statue stuff.
Check
amazing
out
stuff.
Ty.
And Marco. I haven't
That
seen him in a
incredible
minute.
Hulk. Oh my
Well,
god.
amazing, right? It's crazy.
Gorgeous.
Crazy. But yeah, check out everyone here. Everyone's got
Straight up.
amazing stuff and just
He made
an
it
amazing
himself.
community. Yeah. Oh, he did. Really great stuff, man. And the chat as well for being so.
You
so
made that yourself, bro?
He did.
Ty.
Yeah, Ty.
what?
3D prints
You-
them.
you-
Yeah, he paints
You've
it.
been
Yeah, I
holding
printed
it
them
out,
out.
brother.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't do the sculpt, but yeah, I printed them out and painted them. Got them all ready.
Awesome.
Ty does that.
Nice.
Man.
Now, man,
Yeah.
you know, we could talk. We could talk, bro.
we definitely gotta talk, bro, because I need that. I definitely need that, man. Appreciate it. But yeah, Riley, thank you for being here, human party, all day, every day.
Of course.
Next up, we got the one and only
Little
Will
Arms Will.
Foxy Feet. You said Little Arms Will. Lil
That's my
Will
nickname, dude.
Foxy Feet in the building.
Yeah,
What's
man.
going on with you, bro?
Dude, thanks so much for having me as always, Leo. I got to hang out with Ty on the first live stream, so it was a blast. So yeah, man, this Avengers level panel or Eternals level panel, as
Makes
you would
it
say.
close.
It was great, man. So it was a lot of fun. So we'll have Lights Camera Collect this Friday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern usual time. Captain Carlos will be there, and as will Mr.
Captain
Kiko.
Carlos.
So yeah,
Captain
Mr.
Carlos.
Kiko. So that'll be fun. And yeah, so we'll have that. And then this Sunday we'll have Collectors Mingle. That'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern. So Leo, I know you'll be there for that. And that'll be fun. I think I think Gina's gonna be there this time. And someone else I promised this week, but I forget. So I gotta figure that out. I gotta look at that. But that'll be fun. And Carlos will be there, Captain Carlos. So that'll
Captain
be fun.
Carlos. Captain
And,
Carlos.
Yeah, dude. And I keep
That
thinking of
name.
Captain Crunch when you say that.
Damn, bro.
I'm gonna put his
Carlos
head.
has his own cereal,
I'm gonna
dude.
put his head on a box of Cap. Oh, I'm gonna do that tonight.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
bro.
do that tonight. His head on a box.
I like that idea.
But yeah, and to wrap it up, and then now one thing you guys will notice, I started doing clips from the live stream, so people it's more accessible that way. So that was really cool. I think that was I've seen other channels do that and other like John Campia stuff like that, and that was something that I kind of seen inspiration from. That I was just kind of like, okay,
Good idea.
cool. Like,
Good idea.
well, not everyone. Yeah, and Carlos, you and I talked about it. Like, I think it's one of those things. Not everyone can commit to an hour and a half stream. So, like, if you want to watch
Put
a
up the
10-minute
different
clip
points
or
and stuff like
yeah,
that.
12-minute clip or something, then go and do that. That's on my channel. And yeah, man. So there's that. And then I'll be on Aries next Monday. I don't know if any of you guys will be there, but
I probably will. Yeah.
yeah, he invited me on that. So I'm gonna be there. I think it's at 8:15. And Leo, dude, The Last of Us got a release date today.
I
So,
know, bro.
super excited,
yes.
bro.
I
Yeah.
know.
January 15th on
Jan-
HBO, man.
Yo,
That's
and the
soon.
trailers, bro. Come on,
Yeah, it's gonna
man.
be sick,
on,
man.
man.
I think that for the people who haven't played the game, I think that first episode is gonna shock people. I think what happens in that first like 15, 20 minutes of the game that's gonna happen in that first episode. I think people are gonna be like, what the it's
Amazing.
yeah. If you haven't put
What if they keep that hidden?
you
I
got
think if
time to
I
go
was
back and play
writing
that
the
damn
show-
game.
Well, because you've seen Marco in the trailers, they've not shown any of that. So like, even though like I guess all the game players would know it, but for the people, they're trying to get just casual viewers too, like into their next big franchise on HBO. So, but it's it could be, I don't know, maybe I don't know if it reached like Game of Thrones heights or anything, but it could be more popular than I think people might expect it to be. I think it might be really
Isn't it the
popular.
same director or something of Chernobyl?
Yeah, from Chernobyl. Yep.
Yeah.
So, dude, Chernobyl's fucking awesome.
It
Like,
was
that's
dope.
Dude, he's gonna kill Last of Us. Like, he's gonna.
They picked the right person to do it, bro.
And
'Cause
honestly, I was a little skeptical layout first of Pedro being Joel, but honestly, the
Me
more I
too.
see of him, I'm like, I think he's perfect. I think he's
Yeah.
perfect. Actually, he's such a good actor.
perfect
man.
tone and
As Oben
everything,
Martell, he was just like incredible. So can't wait. Carlos is gonna be a Last of Us fan. By the end of
Yeah,
this.
he is.
So,
Carlos Pascal.
yep, Captain Carlos.
No, Carlos, Will, thank you for being here as always,
man, thank
brother.
you for having me.
Till again, can't wait to get on the show on Sunday. Can't wait to have you back here next Wednesday. It's gonna be dope and crazy. Captain Carlos, can you tell us about the place for collecting, bro? Can you talk about the what's going on and stuff like that? What's going on, bro?
So a place for collecting is a Facebook group where you can share, any scale collectible. Mine is the unwanted comments, like toxic and drama that you see in other groups. Unfortunately, not everyone's gonna, be in the group just because obviously we're trying to keep it drama free, toxic free, because of that. So yeah, that's what we do. We have random raffles, giveaways. Just the other day, I randomly posted a $50 gift card to Alter Ego just because it was like, I just felt like it. So we did that. This month, we're going to do some raffles. Next month, we're going to be giving away a in-art figure. So completely free just by just being in the group and being active. Carla likes feet. Thank you. Yeah, I do like
That's the OnlyFans. That's the OnlyFans.
That's the OnlyFans, yeah. So yeah, that's a place for collecting. Go on Facebook and search for that. And totally random. I think Will and I have been talking about this, but I see it's funny because you guys keep talking about like waitlist figures and all this different stuff, and it's like I'm pretty much gonna be taking a pause from Hot Toys. It feels like for the next year, so I probably won't be getting very many, if any at all, because I'm actually gonna be buying my next. I've always said like 2 life size. And that's gonna happen basically in the next year. I'm buying 2 life size, and that's basically gonna eat up all my budget.
Yeah,
So,
that's a big budget hit.
There we go.
Is that the Iron Man?
Yeah, the Mark III life size, that's gonna be like 13,000, and then I'm gonna be buying the life size Goku, which is gonna be like 4,500. So that's like 16,000, 17,000 in a year. So that's pretty much
That's a
tapped
really
out
good
at that
price for
point.
Goku, though.
Yeah. So that'll pretty much. I don't know if I can have any more for Hot Toys at that point. You know what I mean? So yeah, but that'd be cool to see you guys panic.
That's good, bro. So if you can afford that means I get the bad pod, right? At least.
Right.
We all get
I'm
humble.
getting it. I'm getting
Bad
it.
power.
I'm telling y'all, Carlos is rich.
40%. 40%.
I'm not rich. I'm not rich.
Carlos got
I,
that money. He's
Take
rich.
a wheel of the bad.
I'm not rich. I have blessed with more than I deserve. I guess you can say.
Just
that,
like I
but
said,
not
you're rich.
So you're
what I'm
rich.
saying. You're rich. So you're saying you're rich.
No,
Anyway,
no.
Carlos, it's always a pleasure to have you here, brother.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
Always
I'll
good
be here
chatting.
next Wednesday, right?
Yes, you will. So
Okay,
now you
okay,
know,
every
so you
You'll
don't
be
have
on the
to
banner.
ask,
Okay,
motherfucker.
now I
You
know.
won't be on the
Every
show.
Wednesday. All right.
The thumbnail, motherfucker. But anyway, man, thank you for
All right.
being here as always, bro. Marco, my man, thank you for taking time out, just being here. Smooth Marco, just thank you for being here, bro.
Lael, thank you for having me. Can't wait to talk Wakanda Forever with you next week.
bro,
Man, absolutely can't wait.
bro.
Be amazing.
I got to get you know what? Because it comes out. If you're free after that Sunday, Collectors Lounge, we got to talk about it, bro.
Sounds
If
good.
you're free, we definitely got to talk about it because
Okay.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
Yeah, man, you talk about high expectations. Those expectations are sky high at this point. But
yes, they are, bro.
Yeah. So again, thank you for having me. This was an awesome time. I'd also like to plug the Halloween stream that Gigi and I did. We dressed up as
that was
Vision
dope.
and Wanda.
Yeah, that was dope.
I appreciate you. I did get a lot of comments saying I looked more like a tomato than I did Vision, so I didn't appreciate those, but it was a really good time. Zach popped in, so yeah, go check that out if you haven't already. Check us out at 16fix. I'm on Collecting Weekly pretty much every Tuesday, and then LWO this week will be on P-Rock's channel. So yeah, lots of good content coming up.
Oh man, good man. Thank you for being here as always. My guy Marco, follow him IG and YouTube. 16fix, always great content, and I just like it because, bro, Gigi makes my ass laugh, bro. When she's always in the chat, bro.
She's always trolling, bro. She's always trolling, Marco.
It's like
always trolling,
always trolling and monitoring, bro. I'm like, yeah, it's so effing funny, man. But definitely, man.
But she did say I was right for the first time live ever. You know, on the last LWO, she popped in. She was arguing with me, and then she left, and she said, "You're right." So I'll take the wins when I can get them.
That's right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Probably the first and last time, but
Yeah, probably.
She said you were right, bro.
I know, shocking, right? I was blown away too. So
wow, like that is really crazy. You never gonna let her live that down, are you?
ever.
Definitely, man. But thank you for being here, bro. My cousin Cam. Hey Cam, what's going on with you, bro? Tell the people what's going on with you, bro.
Yo, what's up, man? Ain't nothing going on me. I'm moving, so my ass is moving shit. I'm picking up shit and I'm moving it to another spot. So that's what's going on with me. Super excited about all the announcements with Marvel right now. Super excited about Wonder Man. West Coast Avengers is going to get started.
Yeah.
Super hype.
That means we are definitely going to get a figure. We are.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So I'm excited, man. I'm going to be on Brother Cousins tomorrow night. 8 to 10 o'clock tomorrow, best of the best. So super excited about that. And man, that's it for me, bro. I'm short and sweet.
Definitely, man. Short. Thank you for being here. And last but not least, my brother finally got him on the channel. I am so happy to have you here tonight. Uncommon Flex. He called me out on Brother Cousin's show, and he don't. hey, Jay. I don't think he knows what he's done. He is waking the beast. So I'm just gonna start throwing his ass on the thumbnail.
Put him to work.
Put him to work. Time to go to work.
Hey, I'm right here. I'm right here.
There we go. It's time to go to work, man. But thank you for being here, bro. What you got coming up, man?
Well, first, thank you for having me. I look forward to some future trouble from you.
You already know.
I know. I asked for it. I had a great time tonight on this panel, even with Carlos here. So like, what's going on here is like I'm gonna be putting some more videos. I'm working more on some more videos with printing and things like this guy here, thing.
Ooh. Really? Wow.
And the nice thing is, like, I am working on getting a store up so that I can sell these things as like a kit, or once my wait, let me show you.
That's a good idea.
I got to see
awesome.
that. I got to see that, bro. Come on now. That's
my
crazy.
hands feel better and I can do some better painting, but they could be painted or they could come as a kit.
Like a Batman or something.
Yeah, like there's so many models out there that I can get to, and I'm allowed to sell that. Like DC, Star Wars, Marvel, you name it, and so that's what's coming. Also, working with Marco on something that we're kind of cooking up together. So hopefully next week, not to put you on the spot, Marco, but maybe next week.
I meant to mention that, so I appreciate you picking that up.
So everybody look out for that. When the store is ready, I'll put it on IG. It's Uncommon Flex there.
Let's go.
YouTube, Uncommon Flex.
go. Let's go. So
Awesome.
glad to have you here, bro. And again, Uncommon Flex on IG and YouTube. Come on, man. Great content. And then just seeing these pieces, bro, that's magic. Like that is magic, brother.
Wait, one more.
Oh, hey,
working
Cam, do you see that?
Where's
bro?
Cam at?
Oh,
I'm
We gotta
still
talk,
working
we
on
gotta
it.
talk.
You should do that, but you should give a brother cousin's head sculpt on one of them at least one.
Oh,
I like
yeah.
I like the base of
we
it.
got to do that.
We gotta do
Yeah,
that.
I got to work on that. Oh, I'm working on a Wolverine too.
Word.
Ooh.
Marco's seen that one.
Word.
That
Okay.
one goes crazy.
Okay. That goes hard. Anyway, man, thanks everybody for being here tonight. It has been a great time. Great panel with all you guys out there. We love y'all. Again, I'm not going to give the outro until I get this computer fixed, but I do appreciate everybody for being here. What's coming up on the 1/6 Scale Man YouTube channel? Always good stuff. I still got you singled out, don't I? Ty?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I'm like,
you're out.
oh,
You're
hi.
out.
I just exited. out. My
He's
bad.
out, he's out.
But anyway,
First time
thank you. Hey, we got it. First time streaming. You got to have him here. You know. Anyway, thank you everybody for basically being here again. What's coming up on the 1/6 Scale Man YouTube channel? What we have tomorrow, we have Uncivilized Scoundrels, of course, Star Wars talk, and also we have Rise and Chai at 4:00. It's me. It is the marvelous in the building, and also reviews with Rich. So we'll be here at 4:00. You know, just to kind of shoot the shit, talk about what's going on, talk about that cat woman. Oh my god.
Yeah.
The booty. He was talking about. He was like the booty on it.
Nice.
Yeah, the booty nice. But yeah, definitely we're gonna talk about just a couple of things. So tune in for that. And then of course we have on Friday, Figure Flex Friday. It's a double episode because we missed last week. So definitely stay tuned for that. But yeah, man, I'm so glad to have everybody here and everybody who's been hanging with us from day one. We love y'all. Get some sleep because I know that's what Will can't wait to do. He's actually will sleep right now. He's just looking at
I'm
the
like
camera
half,
real strong.
half
So anyway, thank you guys for being here. Again, I'm not gonna play the music to sign y'all out. Y'all know what time it is. We'll see y'all next week. Peace out, and we love y'all all day.